Standing by.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Complete.
The portal to many dimensions is open. Konnichigen, it's your favorite superstar, the multi-dimensional Tajigin Khaiden, a sentient star cluster in virtual adult form. With some barking in the background maybe, sorry if you're hearing that by any chance. It gets really loud sometimes, and it's beyond my control. But it's alright though. Happy Fall Guys Friday! It's been a while since we've had anything other than Final Fantasy XIV on Friday, but because of the circumstances in which I still haven't reinstalled Final Fantasy XIV because it's so big, after, you know, the whole PC repair saga, which I still hope is over. I'm not entirely convinced it is, but you know. That's not what we're talking about here, that was 2 days ago. Until then though, Fall Guys on Friday today. It's kind of an alliteration, not as complete as Final Fantasy XIV Friday or something like that, but FGF, Fall Guys Friday, right? With some Ultraman no Chikara, Ultraman power. I am very looking forward to this, but we'll talk more about that in a moment. So yeah, the Fall Guys stream, in which I mostly wear the Ultraman skins, the Ultraman outfits, is one that I have been looking forward to so much, for so long. And finally it's here. Finally it's here. It doesn't have to be a Friday. I mean, had I been able to have it my way, it would have been weeks ago, and it wouldn't have been a Friday. Would have had a regular Final Fantasy Friday, all of that stuff. Probably Japanese learning stream on Saturday, which is not gonna happen tomorrow, by the way. As long as everything continues fine, then on Sunday or so, I'll be posting a weekly schedule once again. Thank goodness. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself saying thank goodness. Yeah. But anyways, happy Friday. Congratulations, Sailor! You made it to Friday. We made it to Friday, Minna. Today is Friday in California and all that. So, hope it's a great Friday for you so far. Or Saturday, might be Saturday already for you. What we're gonna be doing today in Fall Guys is grinding the season pass, because right now, well, it's always a grind because progression is so slow in Fall Guys. Though, to be fair, their seasons last a long time, so it kind of matches that. But they are doing double fame, which is what they call the XP for the season pass. So they've been doing it for like since Wednesday or Tuesday or so. Why are we dropping a few frames here and there? Is it me, or are we dropping frames like a little occasionally? Anyway, not because of my RAM memory, I can tell you that much. Right now the RAM consumption is at like 42%. Thank goodness I have 32 gigabytes now. It's a lot better that way. An upgrade I should have done a while ago. But well, we're not gonna talk about that today. That's part of the PC repair saga that I hope it's over. That I hope is over. Anyway. Yeah, with that being said, let's jump into Fall Guys. Literally jumping into it. When you load into a game, you're literally jumping into the game. Before I do that, let me plug in my controller. I'm getting my DS4 in here. And yeah, with that, let's launch the game. So, here's a funny story actually. I went into the game earlier today just to do some tests, just to also make sure that they still have double fame going on. So if they didn't have double fame going on, I would have named the stream something different. I wouldn't have said that it's grinding. It would have just been Ultra Fall Guys playing, or I don't know, something like that. But I went in and I played one game, one show, with the intention of, yeah, I'm gonna play my best and see how far I can get. It was a solo game. See how far I get. The point is to get eliminated, or, well, not get eliminated in purpose, but as far as I get, I'm doing my best to win, of course, but most likely I'm not going to win. So I'm gonna get as far as I can get, and then when I leave, I get to see if they have double XP going on still. And guess what happened? I won the fucking game! I won the whole thing! We made it all the way until It's not hexagon. It's the one that's like hexagon, but you have the rolling barrel going on too. I forget the name of it. Too bad I couldn't stream that. But I did get that win. So that was great. And I got some nice experience out of that. Some nice fame, if you will. And, the game should be showing up any moment now. Dropping a few frames here and there, but I think it's just because the game is just launching. It's warming up, if you will. Let me see. Sometimes I have to... Oh man, encoding is overloading. It shouldn't be happening. Hopefully we don't drop a lot of frames or anything. Sometimes it really needs to warm up before it's able to show up. Where are you? There we go. And encoding gets overloaded, OBS is telling me. What's up with that? Well, just making some tests here of performance. But yeah, as you can see, I'm already in the Ultraman outfit. I need to get other Ultra cosmetics, actually. Well, we want to get this red. Which red should we get? The darker one, or... I think this one is a little bit better. Oh, this one is a lot better. I put it as silver, but then I took a look at the... I took a better look at the picture that I used in the thumbnail, by the way, of the Fall Guy dressed as Ultraman, and I realized it was red on the inside, not silver. Ultra Factor, I think it is. The title, that is. Ultraman Factor. It's not just Ultra, it's the whole word, Ultraman. But yeah, I won the whole game earlier. It was only like 3 of us at the very end. And I was just like on one side of the barrel. On the very right side of it. Just trying to do my best to survive, jumping, going through the hexagons. And just keep going and going. And then the other 2 who were more towards the center fell. They ran out of hexagons. I don't know what happened. I didn't see what they were doing. I'm too focused on my own thing. And yeah, boom, victory. Just that one game that was meant to be mostly for testing. But I got it. Oh yeah, I'm just realizing, not sure if you see that. One of the challenges I have is to win for 15 shows. And I will get 240 crown shards. 4 more of reaching the final round in any show will give me 240 as well. They are legendary. Well, not these ones. There's also daily challenges. Reach round 2 in any show, 4 more. Qualify from any round without respawning, okay, 4 more. Earn at least a bronze medal in any round, 5 more to do of that. Oh yeah, we're gonna get this weekly one. 9,000 fame, okay. And then marathon challenges. Yeah, this is the one. That would be, there are 31 days left to win 1 more show. I think if I keep playing enough, I can get it. I also played a little bit of Master Duel earlier. Yesterday I did have a few duels after the stream of Master Duel. Continuing to use the Elemental Hero deck. What I'm gonna try to do is to keep using a different deck every day. So that at least I play 3 days, and then on a final day or 2, I just use all 3 of them alternately. But today I used I had like 3 duels maybe, using the Stardust deck. In one of those I was able to summon the Stardust Dragon and then the Shooting Star Dragon, and got a nice victory out of that. The other 2 I think I didn't win, or... Oh, actually the first one I got disconnected and I was doing well. I got to summon a strong monster, I don't remember the name. It's one of the other synchro monsters they have. It was a great summon and got to buff it up to 4,000 attack. It had an effect in which if I destroy a monster by battle, it also deals the amount of the attack as damage to the opponent. So I destroyed Elemental Hero Edgyman, Blade Edge, with that, so that was some great damage to the opponent, but unfortunately connection issues just made the connection fail. Thankfully I didn't lose out on too much because I already have all the rewards, really, which is just the 1 pack I got. Thank goodness I'm playing for fun now, I guess. But yeah. With that being said, here we are though. We are using the entire Ultraman outfit, which is based on the Netflix Ultraman, which it looks cool too, but I wish they could have gone for the original first or something like that. There's another franchise that's having something similar. They're having a collab with some game, I don't know. I don't know much about it. I've heard mixed reception about it, I will tell you that. But they're using also the Netflix Ultraman. And that's Ultraman in general, because it's going beyond just Ultraman. I don't know, I haven't seen the Netflix Ultraman yet. Looks cool, but would be great if we get something more like the original. Or based on Sheen Ultraman, I don't know. But hey, if this is the beginning of more collabs with Ultraman, that would be great. Can you imagine Kamen Rider or Sentai in Fall Guys? Sentai in Fall Guys would look wonderful. Because you could get 4 people. You get yourself in a party with 4 people. All 4 of you have a Sentai outfit. The only problem is that you kind of need to go for a Sentai that has 4 members, which is not really a thing. The closest you got is Aba Ranger. And that's because Abare Killer, well, spoilers. It's kind of more of a 4-person Sentai. It's kind of confusing. 4 is a super weird number to have for a Sentai. Funny enough, the Super Quant archetype of Yu-Gi-Oh! That is based on that, on Sentai, has 4 members. So it's not meant to be a carbon copy of Super Sentai either. It's meant to like also be different on purpose, so that it's not just, again, a carbon copy of Super Sentai. The same goes for other tributes they do, like Mask Hero and Kamen Rider, maybe Neos and Ultraman. Yes, I still want to build that Neos deck in Master Duel. We'll get there eventually. If we are gonna get a Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel next week, which I hope we do, we're probably just gonna do the next duel trial, which will be ongoing at the time, or so. I think it starts on March 7th, so yeah. Today is 3, 4, 5, yeah, it starts like on Tuesday maybe, I'm not sure. But I'm probably gonna be streaming from Wednesday to Saturday, that's my ideal, going back to that regular schedule or so. Still with 4 days a week for now. 2 streams on YouTube and 2 streams on Twitch. Sounds like a good idea for me, I would say. That sounds nice, right? We do the next duel trials. And now let's go into the first show of today on the stream. Not the first show overall for me. Hopefully there are no major connection issues or anything like that, because I had connection issues earlier with Master Duel. I haven't seen the stream lag because of the internet so far, but you never know. What else was I going to say? Because I nearly always, if you notice the lower right corner, I nearly always get that bloody Wi-Fi notification that there's internet issues or something, but it's not necessarily true all the time. And I am not doing well here. We are getting some bad luck in here. And that was lucky though, that was lucky. That I didn't get the boxing glove spawn right on top of me. Ugh. That was a little bit lucky though. Did you notice how everybody else fell? That meant nobody else was gonna get in my way. So I was gonna be able to just go towards that springboard, or whatever you wanna call it, and be fine. Still 2 squad members need to qualify. We are in 2nd place though. Seems I wasn't the only one with difficulties here. My rainbow friend, you can do it! Let's go! We're gonna do this! Ah! Oh my god, it's the worst thing ever when you're so close. It happens a lot in this round. It's very tricky there at the end. And I have to hold myself back from using the word tricky too much, because again, it can be used to describe pretty much every round in Fall Guys. In Fall Guys. Watch yourself, you're gonna sound like a broken record otherwise. It's like saying, oh, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is, what could be a good word? Actually, no, I don't have a good comparison with like dual monsters. What could it be? Yu-Gi-Oh! Involves a lot of math. Like, yeah, it does. It's kind of an obvious thing when you take a look at the mechanics and the life points and all that. You do a lot of summons in Yu-Gi-Oh! It's like, yeah. Pokemon is gonna get very random because you get random encounters with the Pokemon. It's like, yeah, you're saying something very obvious, so don't say it all the time. Or don't say it, because then you'll just be saying that all the time and sound like a parrot. Or well, like a broken record, as I said. Hyperdrive Hero is gonna have to concentrate on this one. Feels like we could make the volume slightly louder for Fall Guys. Maybe I'll do that. Let me take a look at the Windows volume for that. No, it's at its max on Windows itself, so it's in-game. Sometimes I have different volumes set for it. Let me check something, actually. Just checking volume in general for things. My microphone's volume didn't change, right? I think not. The thing is, my microphone has this, what do you call it? Lever, dial. You know, the thingy for volume that you spin. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Okay. This is one of the most difficult parts of the whole thing, actually. The very beginning. It's much more... My god. It's much more difficult than it looks. Okay. What was I saying? What? Oh yeah, like the volume dial. It has its own physical dial. But what I did just now was change it in Windows. Like from the volume mixer. When you right-click the speaker icon in the taskbar. Because I realized it wasn't at its maximum. But I don't think it may have modified the gain on the microphone, but I don't think so. Can't really check right now, so I'll just have to trust that nothing really changed there. Gotta watch out here. Whoa. Okay. We are safe from that part. Let's go over here. This is the earliest I've ever made it in this part. Never made it as early as that. Let's go over here. Usually other players get ahead of me and I kind of have to wait for them until the hexagons respawn. Okay, one of our squad members is eliminated. We are 3 out of 4 left. I usually don't notice that because, you know, I'm focused doing my thing. Careful here, careful here. What the hell? That was like... What the hell happened there? Oh my god. Like, it pushed me. The mallet pushed me, but it pushed me farther than I expected. Like, I don't know, like the wind just became stronger for a moment. That's why it freaked me out. Wasn't expecting to get kicked that hard. What the heck was that? Okay. We made it though. Nantoka. Nantoka. Yeah, it feels like the volume of things is so loud now. It's because I have the feedback of... I have the microphone volume. The thing is, the microphone I'm also using as speakers. It helps because I'm also able to have it as immediate feedback of my voice. Because I plug in my headphones into the microphone. Invisible headphones you can't see, just like the microphone. The microphone is not invisible, it's just off screen, by the way. The headphones, though, are invisible. They are multi-dimensional headphones. How do you say headphones in Japanese? If I can say it, Tajigen headphones, right? I don't think it's headphones. I don't think I've heard that before. Hey, yellow Ultraman, let's see that. Look at that. We've seen something like blue Ultraman or Ultraman with blue parts on them, but not so much yellow. So that's a new one. Watch out for the blue jinxed one. We are equal so far. Let's be careful. Only one jinxed on either side. What is the blue jinxed one doing? They're not doing much. Okay, now they are moving. What the heck are they doing? Oh, they jinxed one of our teammates. That's not good. Starting off with a disadvantage. Now it's even. Who knows how this is gonna go? I'm doing like a 1,000-yard stare right now, just watching the horizon there. That's what you do in this round a lot. You're not really watching yourself, you're watching the rest of the map, so to speak. Watching out. Kind of like when you're doing a race game. When you play a racing game, like Mario Kart, like F-Zero, maybe it applies to more formal, let's call them, race games like Forza. I don't know much about them, but you know what you do in those games? Oh shit. Oh shit. How? Okay. That was close. We're not out of the woods yet, but that could have been a lot worse. The Jinx one there is chasing me. There's another Jinx one to my right. Oh, they just jinxed a blue one there. Might be chasing me. They are kind of going after me and another yellow member. But yeah, when you play those games, you're not staring at your vehicle directly. You're looking ahead. So you don't actually get to see your vehicle directly most of the time. You're looking to the horizon. That's what you need to do to be looking at. Hopefully I'm making sense here. Sometimes I can't string together sentences because I'm too focused on the game. I'm in the middle of saying something and I just leave the sentence incomplete. Fall Guys requires a lot of focus. What a skill it is, though, to be a streamer. Talking about something, chatting with people. Huh? How did I not get jinxed? Okay. And also focusing on the game. If you are describing your in-game actions, it's a little bit easier, but it's not guaranteed. Oh, that was well. That went really well. I didn't get jinxed at all. I think we had like 2 or 3 ahead of them by the end. I dodged them really well, but I also got kind of lucky, I think. How did I not get jinxed that one time? We are about to get into the final round, though. This is the final round. If we can win this, I'll complete a nice legendary challenge. And I'll wear my crown. I should put on a crown already. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. Final round, fall ball. Okay. I've gotten a lot of bad games on this one. I'm mostly not that good at this, but I have improved from what I used to be. But I've also had good games on this. I had a game once in which I scored most, if not all, of the goals. And I scored the last goal as well. It was great. But here, let's see how it goes, though. Yellow versus blue, and now we are blue Ultraman. We see all the Ultraman colors. I think the only one we're missing is a green one. Or a green team in another game mode. Uh-oh. We are off to a bad start. Or actually, no, it's a neutral start, kind of. Watch out for both of those. We want to push both of those back. Strategically place ourselves so that we push it back. This is weird. It's getting a bit weird here. Okay, I'm gonna focus on this one. Ugh! Okay, that could have been better, but I was trying to do something different than that, but oh damn, they blocked it right away. They scored already. No, I had to focus on the one I was focusing on, but oh no, we are not gonna win this. We are not gonna win this. But I am advancing through the other legendary challenge in which we needed to get to a final round. There were 4 final rounds left. I highly doubt we're gonna win this. You never know what could be turned around. An unexpected Gyaktin. Unexpected turnaround. Yeah, turnaround is the translation you can say for Gyaktin. Gyaktin Saiban, Ace Attorney, which means turnabout and turn around trial, I think. That's what they should have named the series instead of Ace Attorney. Like, why create new names when you can just have one that is perfect? Like, it's an alliteration too. A lot of the things they did in the translation of Phoenix Wright and stuff like that, or actually, yeah, they call the series Phoenix Wright sometimes instead of Ace Attorney. Oh, come on, score! Ah, that was so close. That would have done it. I don't even know what's going on with the other ball, but oh yes, let's go! Gyaktin victory, Gyaktin kachi. It's a reversal, it's a turnabout victory, and we have won the first show that we have played on the stream today. Ah, 素晴らしい勝ちだ。さすがこの俺様。As expected of me, my magnificent self, and also my teammates for doing so well. We did so well. It was so close though, 50-50 right there. That final goal, whoever scored that, they're the MVP. I didn't score that. I didn't score any goals there, I think. Not directly, at least. That's nice though. Challenges are advancing nicely. 9,000 fame! Jose Bean costume. I think for all the games today, we're just gonna wear the Ultraman outfit. That's beautiful, isn't it? Let's see how we do on the season pass itself. We got the Blobfish costume, all of it now. 74 and 75. What level was I when I started? I was like 71, right? I don't think we can make it all the way to 100 today, but we can get very far. And look at this though, speaking of going very far and raising levels. Oh man, that's like 5 or 4 crown levels there. Beautiful. Subarashi! Yeah, all the games I played today, I've won. The one I played offline and this one so far. What a fantastic way to start the stream. And yes, this means I need to put on the crown. The crown of the cosmos. It's gonna look very weird. It always looks weird because it's like... it's 2D and I am 3D. It ends up looking wacky a lot of the time, but I don't care. Ultimately, I don't really care. There we go. Actually, let me check if I can add... I'm gonna be frozen for a moment. I'm taking a look to see if I have another crown that might look slightly better, because I remember I modified one recently. Yeah, I have... Okay, let me try... Let me try it like this. Let me retry it. This will look a little bit better. Shouldn't be frozen anymore. If I'm still frozen, something is very wrong, by the way. Oh, yes. It's not gonna look good on all angles, but like when I'm like on the front like this... Let me readjust myself. My hair is clipping through it a little bit. I can readjust it maybe. One second. I'm gonna change my size slightly just so I can really readjust this. Okay. Yeah, this looks a lot better because it blends in better overall with the way I look. Just let me recenter myself. My hair is gonna clip through it at times, whatever. And of course, at times the 2D is gonna come out, but I don't care. Why don't we just queue up for everything just for the heck of it? Actually, if we win those ones, we kinda get like super special rewards, or well, not super special, but it's one crown for winning the whole thing. And I think you get less people on those ones. So let's see how we do when we queue up for that. So yeah. I keep saying this whenever I put on a crown, and I will repeat it again. If you ever come into a stream in which I'm playing a game, except Civilization, or something in which you're like the ruler or the controller of a civilization, right? Age of Empires, if I ever play that. You know, those kinds of games. And you see me wearing a crown, it means that we have won a game. And I put on the crown for the rest of the stream for that reason. I'm the Ultra King. I'm the Ultra... I don't know if there's such a thing as an Ultra King. There's an Ultra Father, but it's not quite the same thing. There's a Red King monster in Ultraman, but it's not what I'm talking about. Red King, never seen that though. Need to see more Ultraman. The only series I've really watched, by watched I mean, you know, watched it from beginning to end, every single episode, not counting movies and specials, is Ultraman Z, which came out, it's been like 2 years now, or 3, I don't remember. But I watched it when it came out every week, posting the latest episode on YouTube, which is fantastic, of Tsuburaya. They are killing it in the YouTube game still. Honestly, Toei could take a page from them for Rider and Sentai, and even Metal Heroes for that matter. They actually do that for their Japanese channel, but they're not doing it like in English or worldwide. And Tsuburaya is. They're going the extra mile, investing on subs and just releasing them worldwide like that. And it's great. It's great. That was a nice qualifying. I think it was like 4th place? 5th place maybe? Maybe even 3rd. Top 20%, let's go. I'm definitely gonna get that challenge to get at least a bronze medal on any show. But yeah. After 2 weeks, the latest episode just gets removed, which is perfectly fine. I think it's a really good business model they're doing. The first episode does remain there permanently though. I think it's a great way to do it. I think it was... Oh yeah, you know what I saw earlier today? I looked up Vanguard, Card Fight Vanguard, because I love Jam Project and I also love card anime, even though the only one I really watch is Yu-Gi-Oh! But, you know, in the future I want to do more. And I noticed that the latest series has also been uploaded to YouTube. Card Fight Vanguard, the Drill, Dress Plus, I don't know, something like that. We're about to get a 90-second ad break, by the way. Can't really stop it. I'm in the middle of the game, but hopefully we don't miss on much. I see you, Illurin. I see you. Happy Friday. For once, we don't have Final Fantasy. But it's the circumstances. By next week, hopefully, it's all back to normal. We have to resume the Manderville madness. And well, yeah, kind of get my bearings back to the way I was planning things. But yeah, and I didn't look back very far on their uploads for Vanguard, but... Whoa, 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 whoa! That's kind of... kind of tricky. I'm trying not to use that word again because we can just end up using it for everything in Fall Guys. Or nearly everything. Well, you know, I could be saying these jumps are tricky. The landing is tricky. Trying not to bump into other guys, into other beings, is tricky. Winning at Fall Guys is tricky. Not losing at Fall Guys is tricky. Not falling at Fall Guys is tricky, just like you saw right there. But we... Oh my god. We made it. For a moment, we nearly didn't make it. Fall Guys. I've improved so much at the game as of late, though. I still insist that there's at least 50% skill. No, sorry, 50% and no less than that is luck-based. Maybe more than that. It's never gonna go below 50%. And I'm not saying that to complain, in case it sounds like I'm complaining. The game should be that kind of random, unpredictable game, in my humble opinion. Mediatonic, or at least the Fall Guys staff, have been doing weekly surveys. I only noticed this yesterday. And I answered their latest survey for player feedback, so they keep saying great things are coming. And I think they might be doing more balancing. I highly recommend you take a look at those. They were really good surveys. They asked questions that I was hoping they would ask. And you know, to finally give them an answer I wanted to give them. Coming in to hang out for a bit before I go interdimensional traveling myself in Destiny 2 on stream. Let's go, Illurin! To the Destiny dimension. And that's a nice alliteration. And that was also a rhyme. Oh, Keikakudori! The Keikaku came together. Yes, Fall Guys had a Destiny 2 collab, Fortnite as well. It was an Epic Games collab, basically. Maybe Rocket League had one too, I don't know, honestly. But yeah. And I think Destiny 2 is having a new event right now. I don't even know what's going on with it. Wish I could go back. It was a fun game. I played quite a lot of hours of that on Steam before it went to Epic. I could take a look at the amount of hours I have put in Destiny 2. What about you, Illurin? And any other maniac that would like to talk about that? How many hours do you have in the game? What was there was one song. Da-da-da-da-dun, 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 da-da-da-da-dun. That was the song. Was? Because I don't think they have it anymore after all the changes that have happened. That was a song for, I think it was called The Tower. Like the central hub for everything, really. Oh, that was close. I thought I would get hit by that ball right there. Oh, Among Us is about to do a collab with Destiny 2. Wow. Oh yeah, they're gonna have the cosmetics in the game, right? But I don't think it's the other way around. Can you imagine Destiny 2 with Among Us cosmetics or something like that? I mean, they're both kind of space sci-fi things. Can you imagine imposters in Destiny 2? It would be great if they introduced like an imposter game mode. Fortnite did that. You have about 800 hours in Destiny 2. Nice. Gotta get to the 4 digits, Illurin. Pump up those numbers. Keep traveling to the Destiny dimension. And these two are just... I don't know, it's kind of a jerk move because every time they step on the button, it makes those balls appear to be a hazard to players. Kind of a dick move, but at the same time, it's a game mechanic. You might argue it's fair play. And they're not doing anything bad by just lingering there. Maybe wasting people's time to an extent, but not really. Usually when people hang around the goal, they're being dicks, and they should be reported. Because they're taking it... Wow, that was close for them. Because they're taking things away from other players. But it's only when they don't have like a time limit. When they have only a certain amount of players that can qualify. When they do that, when they just hang around the goal before the rest of the players get there, they're just wasting people's time. Because then when they notice that there's only a few players left, they go and go through the goal. And any players that were making their best effort to get to it just wasted their time because they weren't going to make it anyway. Hard to explain if that didn't make any sense, but it's something I always report whenever I see it. But in this case, it was different. It's not like that. Destiny's new expansion Lightfall dropped Tuesday, so been playing through all the new story. Been playing since Forsaken released? When was Forsaken? I played it... When I started playing it, I think it was 2019? I don't know, I didn't play everything that was out at the time. I think I was in the middle of one of the expansions, the first one. The Egyptian one, there was something with Egypt, I think. I don't remember if it was that one. I don't remember. But I did do the main vanilla story, didn't get through all the planets yet. You know me and story experiencing in MMOs, and yes, we can say Destiny 2 is an MMO. In my book it is. You know me and stories in MMOs, I wanted to try to do them in a particular way. A specific way. And I avoid certain things until I've done certain things in the story. Not all the time, but most of the time I try to do it like that. Whoa. Gotta be careful with those jumps. Only one more needs to be eliminated. Okay. But yeah. I did pretty much everything there was to do on Earth. I don't remember all the other planets that I did. And I was a warlock. Of course, I was the purple class. But yeah. Sounds like you did a Red War and started Course of Osiris. Yes, Course of Osiris. That's the one I started. They had like 2 other ones available. Oh, this is the one. This is the one where I won earlier off the stream. Too bad I couldn't show you that, but we did have that beautiful victory to start with. I reiterate, if you come into the stream and I'm playing a game that is not Civilization or something like that, and I'm wearing a crown, that means I have won earlier. We have won earlier. Can we get another victory? Let's see how far we get. That's the Ultraman power for you. Sorry. Ultraman no chikara. Subarashii desu ne. Subarashii desho? Sasuga Ultraman. Ultra 7. Ultra Senshi Tachi. This one is proving to be very difficult already. Alright, pardon me as I concentrate a little bit harder on this. Remind me what I was talking about. You're gonna have to remind me what I was talking about. I already forgot by the time we finish this. It's good to stand close to the borders because most people don't go there. But you don't want to stand too close to them either. It's a double-edged sword. I'm not the only one here on the left edge. When I said I was edgy, this is not what I meant. Mom, this is not what I mean when I say I'm edgy and cool. Ah, that's it. That's it. No worries, though. That was not as sweaty as I thought it would be. Yeah, let's get out of here and collect the rewards. Sometimes it's fun to stick around and see who's gonna win it. Had it been closer to the end, I would have stuck around to see who won. Destiny is 110% an MMO with FPS combat mechanics. Yeah, I mean, if you just use the terms, the words MMO, massive multiplayer online, I mean, yeah. That can apply to a lot of things. Fall Guys is massive, it's multiplayer and it's online. Fortnite. Apex Legends. Chivalry. That sort of thing, right? It does have a lot of RPG elements too, though. But yeah. Undoubtedly a story-focused MMO. Yeah. Okay, so that was the second game so far. The second show so far. And that goes to show you how extremely slow progression is, because even though I made it to the final round and they have double experience, it was not enough to level up. Again, I have mixed feelings about it. It sucks not to feel rewarded enough after you win, but at the same time, it's kind of balanced because the seasons last long enough to justify such slow progression, at least from my understanding of it. This season started late November, it's already March. Usually a season would be finishing around now. Fortnite would be finishing a season around now. Actually, I think they are finishing a season around now, but yeah, you get the point. Apex tends to have seasons of that length. Duel passes in Master Duel last around that much. Man, my voice feels kind of raspy today. Hold on, let me get some water. You got Miss Weaver to start playing Destiny 2, you Destiny maniac. What have you done? What have you done? Only like a month ago, well, I guess it's now 2 months ago, Miss had been grinding very hard for a weapon in Final Fantasy XIV. Investing so much time into it, and you go and introduce a new game to him? What are you doing? What are you doing to the man? No, I hope you're having fun. I hope you're having fun with it. No, I mean, as much as I had fun playing Terraria, it kind of breaks my heart because I know that I don't think I'll invest that much in it. I want to have one more play session with it, at least, because the last stream, which was also the last play session, I got such beautiful cosmetics, and one of them was given to me by Ducky. Well, in a way, the other one was also given by Ducky. It gave me access to an area. Ducky gave me access to an area to get that I wouldn't have otherwise been able to get to. Not anytime soon, at least. Would have taken me more time. But I don't think I'm gonna have time for it. And eventually, when later this year, eventually, we start... oh God in heaven. We start Minecraft. There's definitely not gonna be room for Terraria. There's gonna be room for only like one building game. That part is more difficult than it looks. What? Miss Weaver is also getting addicted to Genshin over the last few weeks? You must also be responsible for that, Allurin. What have you done? Oh no, no. Hey Allurin, if they ever have a collab with Kamen Rider, let me know. I will drop everything I'm doing and I'll get back to it. Something like that, right? Something like that. Like you said with Fortnite, if they have a collab with Lord of the Rings, you'll get to it. Still, it's been months, like several months, maybe more than 6 months by now since the last time I played it. They're about to start a new season in this chapter. Too bad I missed out on some stuff. You know how much I care about story, and there is story behind those seasons that I missed out on, but not the end of the world. That Dragon Ball collab recently looked like fun. I would have liked to get Piccolo. I love Piccolo. That man is an insane gamer, but so are you. Ah, there you go. Welcome to the club. Because in many ways, I am not what you would call a hardcore gamer, but I am at the same time. Like, when somebody says hardcore game player, you think of somebody grinding for diamond rank in whatever has diamond rank. I think Master Duel does have a diamond rank. The furthest I've gotten is platinum. I think above that is diamond, but yeah. League of Legends has diamond. Apex Legends has diamond. That's a lot of legends right there. But or somebody that goes to the top of the meta and min-maxing in MMOs or something. Min-maxing in Dungeons and Dragons even. But hardcore can mean many things, right? I can end up investing like hundreds and hundreds of hours in those games I mentioned without ever caring about diamond rank or anything like that. So yeah. You almost forgot you got a new PNG model. Nice, I need to take a look at that. Have you debuted that on the stream yet? Here, I'm just gonna follow the crowd. I've tried to figure out how the fuck this thing works and I can't. I just can't. So I'm gonna concentrate. Okay, the one with the blue coral behind it. Here, I don't know where to go. Let me see. I don't know how the hell you can tell. I try sort of following the path from the center or so, but I can't really tell. Okay, the one with red coral to the left, immediately to the left. That's how I identify the portals after I go through them. That's my way of doing it. Not the best one, maybe. The one with nothing, with a red coral to the further right. Okay. In case I get pushed back or something. We just follow the crowd. The one with blue coral to the far right, and that's it. Thank goodness. The problem with following the crowd is that people are going to score ahead of you, or so. So there's that. Debuted it on your last stream. Nice, nice, nice. I'll be looking at it as soon as I can. Hope you're looking great. And we will still wait with bated breath for the full motion debut. Whether you make it a formal VTuber debut or not, it is a debut because it's the first time it's there, right? I never have done a formal VTuber debut. I just started the VTuber streams and I did it like that because my plan was always to save the debut for Live 2D. And now it's been quite a while and I still haven't done that. No budget for it yet. There won't be budget for that for a while, I think, but yeah. That's when I plan to do it. I will call it the Live 2D debut, but in certain places it's just gonna say debut, like debut March 22nd or something like that, for example. Not gonna be March 22nd, by the way, just an example. Give me a second, I'm getting a phone call here. Good timing. Alrighty. Just in time. Just in time for the next round. We're still qualified though. I didn't notice. Did the other team members get there? I think they didn't. Or one of them did only. Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We qualified. 5 squads remain. Ish. But yeah, when I say VTuber formal debut, I'm talking about the whole shebang. I have lore. The thing is, yeah, I would love to be able to invest in even more. To hire artists to do maybe some manga pages, comic book pages. And I voice them, somebody maybe animates them or makes them motion comics. Not animating them, but more like a motion comic style, right? Or something like that. So that would be even more than just investing in the Live 2D model itself. It's a lot of budget. It's the budget of a whole studio at that point. The same boat Khaiden won't do an official debut till I have an actual model. I hear you. I hear you. And talking about my likes, my dislikes, my favorite anime, my favorite series, you already know some of them. My favorite this, my favorite that. But yeah. I'm looking forward to that day. Something I've never done before. Which kind of breaks my heart to say. Looking back, it probably would have been nice to have a... Had I known it would take this long, I would have done a debut when I went into my 3D model, which was within my second week VTubing. I only had 1 week as a PNG tuber, not counting those times in which, for performance issues or something else, I switched to a PNG. Let's get through this. Plus 13 points, that doesn't sound good. We might not make it. This is a precarious position. That's a nice alliteration. Precarious position. Oh yes, we are like on the last place there. I think at least like 2 of the teammates are new-ish players. When somebody looks like this, when they have like the spiky wristbands and a single color, chances are they're a new player. Chances. So with that in consideration, we made it quite far. It's nice. And I know they made their best effort. I'm pretty sure they made their best effort. Minna. Ganbatte. I tried to string together a sentence in Japanese. I can't really do that. Everybody tried their best. That's kind of what I tried to say. Minna wa ganbare? No, it doesn't work like that, I think. Still need to get back to Japanese learning. But how far did we make it? Round 3 or 4? Something like that. Not too shabby, I would say. Play any round. We're getting towards some nice crown shards there. Reach round 2 in any show. Advancing through the challenges well enough. That's a level up. This is why I'm telling you, there's no way we're gonna make it to level 100 on the season pass. No effing way. But let's continue. We should at least strive to make it to 80. And if we have Fall Guys next week, which I hope we do, we could do it again. Maybe make it to level 85 here, and then to 100 next week. Seems like it might be a good idea. I also don't know how long I'm going to be streaming for, but we're about to get into the hour. Might be a short-ish stream like yesterday. We'll see. I'm so happy though because we already got the crown. That's all we needed. Crowned while falling to our deaths. Maybe it should be a goal now every stream to win at least one game. No, that's too much. One of these days I'm gonna do an endurance challenge on Fortnite or Fall Guys or something in which I don't end the stream until I win or I reach a certain time limit. But if I reach a certain time limit without the win, I also have a Batsu game, a punishment game. I don't know what kind of punishment game I could do. Maybe just like chugging hot sauce or something, which I don't want to do. No, I want to keep my voice in a healthy enough state. I can't. Muri. Yeah. Dekinai. The real question is, when will we win in Rem Royale? Indeed. Also because we don't play it enough, whether on or off the stream, we don't play it enough. Fall Guys, I play enough to get to a win here and there. Today has been a great day of victories in Fall Guys. On the stream, we had a squad victory, which was great. This is a duos show, I think. This is duos. Nice. I queued up for everything. Just to also continue to be used to duos. Because it's not something I played a lot. Until they did those challenges recently with duos, which I did complete, I'm glad to say. The Lobstar League it was. I have so many new cosmetics that I haven't even used that much off the stream because I've been saving these Ultraman cosmetics to play on the stream. But I also, you know, I had to spend some money to get enough show box to get the season pass, to actually get the ultra rewards after I got to the season pass level. And well, that could have been better. Whoa! That could have been worse. That was good though. Oh no, oh my god. That could have been better too. Okay, let's focus a little bit more. Ugh. Oh man. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, the cosmetics. So I bought one of those packs that gives you some cosmetics and also the show box. Didn't just buy the show box to get the best value, right? Very low price too, it's great. I think I got the ones that were like meteors or something like that. I'd love to wear those as well. Stay focused. Yes, fuck used at all times. Yeah, stay focused. Still making that reference to the Hellboy scene. It's the second Hellboy movie that from the ones they did in the 2000s. Not the other one they did in like 2000 in the 2010s or so. Well, you know. What was the name of that character that had it was supposed to be a thick German accent of sorts? Dr. Johann something? He is this being just made of ectoplasm or something like that. But he's like telling Hellboy, you need to stay fuck used at all times. Sometimes I even pronounce it like that unintentionally. Maybe I should stop making references to that. Wow, why does my voice and my throat feel so raspy? Ugh. I've gotten a bit rusty from not streaming for that long. That doesn't feel like I use my voice efficiently. Like I really force my voice on the stream, which I don't need to do I? Even before that, I was still struggling with that, but now even more so after such a hiatus. I just noticed the CPU spiked for a moment. have the task manager open. Actually, I have this thing, I have an Xbox interface actually installed in Windows, and they allow you to pin a little area on your screen that shows you like CPU, GPU, and RAM usage, similar to the task manager. Okay, this one is gonna be tough. Again, with the 1,000-yard stare on this one, not looking at your fall guy, but looking in the distance. And we must try to also make sure that we have all the 3 rhinos within screen sight, eyesight, visible on the screen so I can avoid them as best I can. But that's not always gonna be... No, wait. That was so close. God in heaven. No. Nothing I could do there. There's another one in which it's a good idea. Oh, we've been eliminated. So we're still in 6th place, but we're gonna keep falling. They don't let you leave at this point. In this case, it's fair because we may still qualify somehow, but I doubt it. Let's see what it says at the end. Somehow we made it. Because it's still like one of the early rounds. It's only the 2nd round. So it's a bit more forgiving in terms of how many qualify. Skeletor didn't qualify though. Alien didn't qualify. A SpongeBob didn't qualify. Hopefully you noticed the outfits there. Hey, this is what you get. You get like little bean people all bouncy and all loose and limber, if that's even the word, without a core at all. But also SpongeBob, but in that, you know, in that form, SpongeBob, Alien, Sonic, Dr. Eggman, Destiny characters, Ultraman, who knows how many I'm missing, The Undertaker, El Chapulín Colorado, and who knows how many others just competing against each other. Oh, there it is. Cuphead is another one. Invincible, I think was the name of that comic book superhero. And we're red, so back to Ultraman Red. The one color we haven't seen with this outfit yet is green, so I hope we see that. There's no green in this one though. I have a teammate here. I'll let that Cuphead take it. They're gonna bounce through that one. I'm not gonna get it. Haven't been able to get any rings so far. My team is doing okay enough, but yeah, no ring so far for me. I'm gonna try to stick it here until a ring appears. Let's go for this one. 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 We got it. That was close. I see. Oh, wow. That was close. It kind of lagged for a moment there. Now we are not doing so well. Let's see if we can get this one. Who got that? Wait, what the fuck? Oh, come on, Mediatonic. Come on, Mediatonic. Come on, that was bullshit. You saw that I went through that. That was bullshit. I'm not going to accept this loss anymore. If we lose, that's not gonna be a fair loss. If I were keeping a record, which I'm not sure how that would work for this game, but if I were keeping a record of losses and wins, I would not count this. I am so sorry, those are the fucking house rules. When a glitch like that happens, I don't fucking count that. It's lag, it's some glitchy thingy, but it's bullshit one way or another. You know, yesterday I answered in the survey, there was one question kind of asking you about glitches. And you answer from a scale, based on the frequency in which you see something or you feel something in the game. And I answered in low frequency for glitches. I regret doing that now. They are more frequent than I thought. It's not even giving me the Wi-Fi icon. Like as if I had issues. Now, Wi-Fi is what I call the icon, but I have an Ethernet connection. Rush Miss Weaver right out of the raid reporting for duty. Yes. Ready to raid Mediatonic's headquarters. So that they fix that. Because that's a frustrating glitch to get. They're working on it though, they're working on it. I have faith in them. Though I do hope they fix it. They fix the things they need to fix eventually. And because if they don't, I will end up abandoning this game because if it goes on for too long without fixing things that have been here for so long, I mean, yeah. I think one of the things they fixed, hopefully I'm not wrong about this, was when you could queue up for certain team modes like the one we had right there. Okay, have a good one, Lurin. Thanks for leaving the lurk. We're about to get a nap break, by the way. But you could have like team modes like the one we just had, but it would split the players unevenly. So one team would have more players than another, and it was always unfair. Even if you had an even number of players, it would sometimes do that. Like if you had 12 players and you had 2 teams, instead of doing 6 versus 6, sometimes it would do 7 versus 5. And what the hell, Mediatonic? And I think they fixed that. I think. But there might be archived there somewhere. There's a previous streaming which I just got really fucking angry about that. Like, what the fuck, man? You're supposed to have fixed this by now. This is not fair to the players. Might be some double modding action today. Aha. Let's keep queuing up though. It's been a winning stream so far though. All things considered. Glitches notwithstanding. Nonwithstanding. Bleh, can't speak. I need to slow down, man. I try to insist on speaking fast so much. And I am successful like 70 to 80% of the time. I do stumble and like stutter through my words a lot. You have to understand, every time I'm streaming, I'm excited because I'm streaming and I love it. And that gets me excited because I love it. And playing these video games, I love them. So it gets me excited. And when I get excited, I speak very fast like that. That's it. That's the reason why. It all boils down to excitement. Because I love what I'm doing here. Excitement is illegal? Yeah. Man, that would be a depressing world if excitement were illegal. Yeah, Elurin was telling me earlier, Mist, he got you into Destiny 2, and he was probably responsible for getting you into Genshin as well. And I was talking about how just like a month ago or so, you had just finished grinding for a weapon in Final Fantasy XIV. You spent so many hours in that game, and look at what he did to you. He introduced a new game to you. I hope it's been fun, though. I hope it's been fun so far. I did. Oh, yeah, I was going to check how many hours I put into the game. I'm not sure if you were around the era where I played it. You might have been. I can't remember when it was. I think it was 2019. It may have been 2020. But yeah, I started playing it. Streamed quite a few streams of that. Oh, that was great. That worked out wonderfully. There's the checkpoint. Very nice checkpoint. Since it's the first round, some of these parts are very easy. Like that last part we just went through. Only one hazard there. Really? You actually started playing Genshin like 2 years ago, but you stopped playing like half a year ago. So it's basically a return for you, for Genshin then. So Elurin may not have been as responsible for that. But yeah. He is the culprit for Destiny 2 though. Gotta serve some time in gamer jail. Or gotta serve some gamer community service. You know what the punishment is for getting somebody else addicted to a game you love? You gotta play it with them for a certain amount of time. gotta invest 500 hours with that person. You got them into this, you gotta be there for them. Or if it's an MMO or something that applies like that, craft some cosmetics and armor, craft some weapons for them. That's your community service for your gamer crime. Yeah, there you go. Your penance for that. You know, guide them through the game if they need help. That's how you're gonna... Yeah. Elurin did pay his price. You might have been part of it too, Miss Weaver. You all have served your sentence by helping me in FF14. Although, to be fair, it's not just you that got me into it, but yeah. One word, Dehya, that is the cause, also Sumeru. Dehya, I have not heard of that. I'm guessing it's a character. Sumeru, I don't know who it is. I don't know what they look like, but I have heard that name a lot with Genshin. I see Patrick starring here. I see a big broccoli guy. A samurai, I think. Let's slide together. I see Poseidon, I think. Poseidon no chikara. Ultraman no chikara. Hattrick Star no chikara. Muteki no chikara. Invincible power. I don't think they translate the name of like the superhero, Invincible. But it's great to say it. Well, Muteki is one way to say it. I think you can also say No, actually, yeah, Muteki is invincible, and oh my god, this is going terribly. I'm bumping into so many beans, but no, I was confusing it with Fumetsu and Fujimi, which mean immortal, not the same as invincible, but I mix up the terms a lot. Oh, that worked out a lot better. First time I used that shortcut, actually. We made it, we made it. You would gladly serve that sentence? But in Final Fantasy XIV, I think you already did. I think you already did. You already did that. SpongeBob is eliminated. Who would have thunk it? SpongeBob got eliminated, but Patrick is still qualified. We also have Master Chief in there, or a Spartan. I see like a marching band master, if that's what you want to call it, or a toy soldier or something. It's fun to comment on the other Fall Guy skins and comment on that like, oh, Sonic the Hedgehog got eliminated, but Dr. Eggman is still in the competition. What are the odds of that? Oh, The Undertaker just pushed Amy Rose. Oh no! Is Amy Rose's skin in this game? I actually don't know. Or something like that, right? Or let's say, Ultraman just helped his teammate, the Alien, from the Alien franchise, qualify. Usually Ultraman fights these kinds of monsters, but here, they are friends. Yeah, I gotta be doing that in Fortnite as well when I get back. I hope I do get back. Even before the PC repair saga, the recent PC repair arc, Fortnite, I wasn't so sure about its performance for the stream. No. The Rhino went straight after me, dude. Did you see that? It was focusing 100% on me. Most people are not even able to stay at the center in this one. What was I talking about again? I forgot. I was saying something. Fortnite, right? Okay, hold on. This one is taking my entire attention away. Ten seconds left, and we'll continue talking about the Fortnite streaming performance. No. Ah! That was kind of close at the end. I could have been just yeeted right at the end right there. Okay. So, if any of you were around for the Fortnite streams, you would remember that even then, Patrick is eliminated. Master Chief is still in there. I see a Punk, I see Poseidon. I think that's Poseidon. A Flame guy and I think a chick. Like a, like a baby chicken guy. Roll off, final round, okay. But yeah, even before the whole PC repair arc, and before Fortnite got a graphics upgrade recently, well, not that recent anymore, I guess, I had to put it in like the lowest settings to be able to stream with it, being able to have my 3D self instead of having to switch to PNG tubing. Apex was the one in which I just couldn't do it, even at the lowest settings. I would have to switch to PNG for that one. But alright, we'll talk more about this after this because I gotta focus on this one. Concentrate. Concentrate on the reward. Cross the boundaries that divide one universe from another. That's supposed to be a reference to the Doctor, the 7th Doctor. I need to be saying that phrase more often. Cross the boundaries that divide one universe from another. That reminds me. Sound alerts. The sound alerts we used to have with exclamation mark commands. They haven't been working for a while. Because the bot that I had for that, the program really stopped being able to connect to the Twitch account I wanted it to connect to properly for a while. So, they've actually been offline for a while. Funny enough, they haven't been used as much anyway, so it's not like people have noticed. But some of those, not all of them, some of those I want to return, but as the stream alerts you can get from like the channel points. And of course, that's a Twitch exclusive thing. This is not going to be a thing in YouTube streams. So yeah, also, oh my god. Also for that reason, it's not going to be a priority. Let's focus. How has nobody been eliminated yet? What the fuck? Everybody's such a great player here. Well done, Minna. Omigoto. Subarashi. Subarashi. Nandake. Subarashi noryoku. Amazing ability. Wonderful abilities. Subarashi skill. Subarashi noryoku. Kono player tachi. Let's stay silent here. Fall guys. Fall guy. Everybody, yeah, these people are amazing. These players, they're really good players. Oh my gosh. We can't really jump anymore. It's not really that viable. Just gotta... Well, sometimes you kinda have to. You have no choice. That was so close though. Let's see who wins. Let's stay around and see who's gonna win. Flame guy or punk guy? Flame bean or punk bean? Gambare, gambare. Everybody play well. Myself included. Myself included. I'll pat myself in the back. I know I did really well there. Usually somebody gets eliminated at a certain point. We got really past the points where somebody would have been eliminated. Everybody lasted very long there. Sorry if you're hearing some barking in the background. I really need to work on that dynamic microphone and soundproofing. But there's no budget for any of those things right now. I blew all the budget I could have maybe used for that in the recent PC repair arc. But yeah. That's nice though. Nice, we got some crown shards in there. Hey, got the peak performer title, which does not describe me well, I think. Not for this. And anyway, I'm gonna keep using the Ultraman cosmetics. That includes the title, which is Ultraman Factor, and the player plate, whatever you call it. How far are we though? 77. Progression is so fucking slow. We haven't even made it to 80. That's gonna be the goal for today, to at least make it to 80. Ideally, we make it to 85, and next week we make it all the way to 100. We have like 15 levels or so today, and another 15 next week. I'm still kind of settling in, going back to streaming. Also why we had a short stream yesterday, right? Next week I want things to go back to normal. By making streams be the regular length we had before, or even longer than that. Final Fantasy Friday, I want it to be until I finish everything in the Manderville saga, basically. I kind of need to remember. It wasn't everything that I was going to do, it was most of it. And then we continued with the content between ARR, 7th Astral Era, I think it was, between ARR and Heaven Sword. We would be so much further ahead had it not been for those problems these past few weeks, but there's no point in continuing to reflect on that in that way. It's always like that when something forces me to take some time off. Whether it's a few days or a few weeks or even a few months. Thankfully it wasn't a few months here. Or more than a few months. I always say, oh, I would be so much further along here. We would be... Oh, shoot. That was a bad landing. We would have done this already. Yeah, this plan that we had. We wouldn't have missed Legend Anthology and the Exist Festival in Master Duel. I don't know. I've gotten into Master Duel again in such a great way. I kind of feel like I want to cover every event on the stream now. It's not exactly like I'm known as a Master Duel content creator, but I'm having such a great time with it, even though I may lose a lot. Yeah, I would like to make a stream of every event. I like it when I have a specific objective on a stream. It's been working out well in Final Fantasy XIV as well, in that way. It works really well. Makes it easier also to figure out what to do for a thumbnail. Because remember, I'm the sort of maniac that does thumbnails for Twitch streams as well. They were originally not meant to be thumbnails. They are announcements I make. But I want to make them fancy and make a whole graphic. But that's a graphic that can easily be turned into a thumbnail, so I just do that. That was originally why I started doing it, so that I could make an announcement that would be very striking and very eye-catching when announcing on Twitter. I put it on Discord like that too, but Twitter is the one that's more public, where you want to get, where you want to catch eyes, I guess you could say, and that's one reason. The other is to start practicing thumbnail making skills. Oh, it's been so many months now. I started doing this like June or so of last year, and my skills have indeed improved since. And they have the Ghostbusters skin, that big marshmallow thingy. I haven't seen anything Ghostbusters related, but I think the big marshmallow man or ghost or whatever it is. That's a fun looking outfit. Fun looking outfit. But they got eliminated. I don't see any notable characters besides me, Ultraman, and the other players. Just all sorts of other outfits. But nothing that's a particular character. Okay, this one. Alright, I have to concentrate on that a little bit more. But yeah. It was meant to continue building those thumbnail creation skills. Because already back then I was planning to have YouTube streams be regular. For other reasons that I can't remember and can't get into here right now anyway. It ended up happening until later in the year, where YouTube streams were really a regular occurrence, but by the time they started, my thumbnail building skills were great, so... And here we are. It's still the case. Hiatus notwithstanding. How is it non or not withstanding? I forget. Blech, maybe it's both of them. But you get the point. Just focusing on this one here. I'm gonna say it again, trying not to sound like a broken record, but it's tricky. You may think you got it, but not quite. You could blink and that costs you the game. Gotta be careful. Oh yeah, I think I didn't finish talking about the Fortnite performance thing, so... I do want to get back into Fortnite, but I have to see how it is for the stream. I need to do some tests. And also to continue doing tests on the PC in itself, related to the PC repair arc that we just finished, I hope. And if I can't really stream it that well, then I'm not gonna play it that much. My time with video games now, because of my priorities in life, one of them being my content creation, and what time I can have because of those priorities, I can't really afford to play video games that much off the stream. It's mostly like it's only stream time for them. So if it's a game I don't stream, I'm probably not gonna play it that much. Or if it's a game where you can just jump in which you can either jump in and have a quick game, or while you're playing you can multitask, or both, then I probably play them a lot on off stream, even if I don't stream them. There have been some games like that. That's why I do play Master Duel off the stream here and there. But Fall Guys, not as much. Not as much. I did have one game earlier today, though it was related to what I'm doing today, because I had to make sure of certain things for the stream today. But outside of that, not really. I don't really play it that much. I tried to, doesn't quite work out. That's also why I dropped off of Fortnite in the first place. I mean, when was the last time I played Lotro? It's been months. I hate that. But priorities and all that. Ah! That jump! Oh my god, that jump! Oh, those jumps can get so difficult. I gotta pick up the pace. Oh no! Oh no! I gotta pick up the pace. That fan is faster than me. The reason why we gotta keep going is to avoid the fan that is gonna blow you away. The big fan. You can see the wind a little bit because it keeps moving. You have to keep moving. This is not the one in which the floor automatically moves. Oh my god. This is one of the most difficult ones because it's difficult to match the timing of like those obstacles so that, oh my god, so that I can't talk and play like that. So that you can what was I gonna say? So that you can, what the fuck was I gonna say? Sorry, I can't talk anymore. So that you can jump over them or you just go under them. But if you don't get the timing right, and it doesn't depend on you because you just gotta keep going, you can't stop. You can't afford to stop too long. If you don't get the timing right even by a little bit, then it's just gonna blow you away. It's just gonna like trip you and mess things up for you. Some people say, oh, this is easy. They're out of their fucking minds. They're out of their minds saying that. No way, no way. I don't even know what happened there to my teammate. I was not the fan, I don't know. The thing is, when you spectate players, what you see is not what they see on their screen. There's a little bit of a, let's call it display lag. It probably has a more proper term. That's why it looks like sometimes they do a jump in which they kind of glitch the game, as if they sort of hack the game. We still made it though, thanks to my teammate. Thanks to my teammate. I think we are the last two, last two squads, and it's 3 versus 3, okay. So both of us lost to squad members somewhere. I don't know, we may have not even started with 4 squad members in the first place, but it's 3 versus 3, that's interesting. What is the final round? Jinx, that's the final round, okay. Not the first time I've had this, I think, as the final round. Let's see how this goes. Yush, let me recenter myself here. The clown guy on the other team is the one that's jinxed. Actually, I don't know which team I'm in. Who is it on the yellow team? It's not me. Chicken guy on yellow. I am on the yellow team, is Yellow Ultraman. Kiro Ultraman. Ki Ultraman. No, that doesn't make sense. I'm trying to combine like Ki Ranger, from Super Sentai with Ultraman. Kind of like they did with Kamen Sentai Go Rider, where they combined, oh no, Kamen Rider and, oh, son of a bitch. Son of a bitch, where, wow. Good strategy, good strategy. They're going out of their way to grab me. Good strategy, though it carries its own risks. I'm not even gonna attempt to grab them. They might even be communicating outside the game. They seem very well organized. One of them grabs me, and then the other one that's Jinx is gonna grab me when they grab me. They're both chasing me at the same time. Seems very well fucking organized. And we are on the losing side here. Only me remains. Only I remain. That's the actual proper way to say it. Look, I gotta focus on the game. I can't English. There's a team member that's AFK, so I think we're gonna lose here. We lost. But there was a team member that was AFK, so nothing we could do about that. It was gonna be a loss either way. AFK or AFG. Sometimes it's not away from keyboard, it's away from game, right? We need to normalize AFG more. They could be right by the computer, but oh, you know, they got a phone call. They got a phone call, so they are still sitting by their desk. They're looking at their team getting eliminated, but there's nothing they can do. If an emergency came up, they see, you know, my sister is calling me, and if she's calling me at this time, at this moment, there's gotta be an emergency. You never know why somebody might be AFK or AFG, so I never blame them. It really fucking sucks if it costs you the victory like it did right there, but you can never know what's going on. Only a couple days ago or so, I was in the middle of a duel in Master Duel. Very different from Fall Guys, because the only one that loses is me, but something came up, and I just had to abandon the game. In the middle of it. And I was doing well, I think. So that was a shame. But it could be a lot worse. It's kind of you know, you kind of have to treat it like a natural disaster when something like that happens. Like, I can't really do much about it. Even if it's not an emergency, it is something that's gonna completely take you away. Good to invest yourself in video games. Be that hardcore gamer you wanna be, but at the same time, be prepared mentally for stuff like that happening. You are grinding diamond in League of Legends. I'm sorry to tell you, shit can happen. And, you know, prepare yourself mentally, just in case. And be considerate to other team members, just in case. Hopefully your team members are also considerate. The other 4 people. That's why it's better when you play together with people you know, right? If it's people you know, they're most likely going to be understanding. But yeah, you get the idea. Gaming Lessons 101, and this extends beyond gaming. This extends beyond gaming. I mean, look at what happened to me recently with the PC repair arc. So many plans just got thrown to the trash, so to speak. A big wrench in my plans for February. Almost didn't have streams for the entirety of February because of that. But yeah, it extends beyond just playing video games, right? Of course, do your best effort to make conditions IRL such that you will most likely not get interrupted. Something will not happen that will have to force you away from the game and cost you the game, cost you and your teammates, if you're on a team, the game. But you can only do so much. Teammates, consider those words don't go together. Hey, and I did get that handle. I rarely ever get that last one. Just kidding, just kidding. No. If you know each other, you should be considered like that. When it comes to random players, depending on the game, yeah, sometimes you get the rude one that doesn't understand that there's a human being, there's a sentient being behind it that has a life, and things happen in life. But from my experience, and this is optimism, you might say, or you might even claim this is luck. Oh, Khaiden, you have not faced the most toxic side of the player base. But the majority of players are not like that. And any players, and even then, I'm gonna give you a couple of percentages. Sort of wild, sort of educated guesses here. But it kind of gives you an idea of how I think it is. Let's say 80% of the player base is the kind that understands these things. And they're not gonna be like, oh, you went AFK for 10 seconds, you suck. Go touch some grass. Even though they're the ones that need to touch grass. I hate using that term though, let's not use that. It gets misused a lot. Sounds very sanctimonious, even if the person saying it is kind of in the right. But yeah, you know, how dare you get interrupted by something you didn't have control over? Get the fuck off the raid, get the fuck off my team. Or something like that, right? The majority of the player base are not like that, 80%. And then of the ones that are, about 80% of them are children or teenagers. They're still learning about life. I will go and touch the grass right fucking now. Hey, you can do that in Final Fantasy XIV, just so you know. Just do a kneel emote or something like that, and yeah. In other games, you can probably do that. Why do I need to go outside the video game to touch grass? I can just do it right here. You think you're being clever? I'm telling him to stop playing games. No, I can do it in game, you clever dummy. That's an oxymoron, clever dummy. You smart ass is maybe what I should have said. I hate that word too. Let's not use it though, smart ass. Something like that, right? No, I'm reminded of a time, it's been a while now, but one of those times in which FF14 went into maintenance. This is and it was one of those times in which it went into maintenance for like a whole day or so. And somebody commented, I don't think they were being fully serious, but kind of came across as serious that, what am I supposed to do during this time? Tell me, Square Enix, tell me. And somebody replied, well, you could go play another game, you could go socialize, you could go touch some grass. And I'm like, well, guess what? You can do all those things in Final Fantasy XIV as well. You can touch grass in the game, you can socialize in the game, and yes, you can play other games in the game. You think you're being smart, but you don't know what you're talking about. That's your counterpoint. That's the counterpoint to you, you smart ass. You think you're being clever. That was the first thought that crossed my mind. I think nobody replied that. That was a wasted opportunity to point that out. Okay, that went okay. That went alright. Oh, that went really well. This part gets really messy, really difficult because other players get in your way. You bump into them. Nice first place! That was so close. That was like a slow motion finish. There was another player like to the left of me. I was like maybe 1 millimeter ahead of them. We got a golden trophy. Let's go. Let's go. We are winning one way or another. See, AFK, AFG. And the first assumption I make is that if they're AFG or AFK or something, it's not their fault. Who actually does that? Who actually just goes into the game and intentionally goes away from the game? I could see you maybe doing that in Fall Guys to maybe just farm experience. It's not a very efficient way of doing it, but you kind of do that. And even then, you can't be fully AFK or AFG. Oh wait, what the fuck? Oops. I did qualify for that, and I just left. Oh. This is what I get for just not fully focusing on the game. Whoops. It told me stop spectating and collect your rewards. What the hell, game? Don't tell me stop spectating and collect your rewards if I don't get to collect my rewards, and I'm not actually spectating. Oh, well. Ah, that was bad. I had a nice first place, and I just left. Well, that's what happens when you multitask. Whatever. Let's kind of pretend that didn't happen. Because as far as the game is concerned, that didn't even happen. I don't get any rewards for that. But, what was I saying? Who actually does that intentionally? Somebody who is intentionally maybe being a troll to their teammates. But at the very most, it's gonna be a mild inconvenience. It's not like you're gonna get them for the next game. Not at Fall Guys. It has a large enough player base that you won't have a situation like that, I think. So there's that. So yeah, those are some video gaming lessons, so to speak, that I want to give you. A really good one to apply to Fall Guys. Certain mentalities that you should have. These are things that may be obvious already, but it's nice to remind oneself of that. Maybe I'm saying it as a reminder to myself as well. But alright, let's start from square one. What a shame to waste that first place. Probably would have gotten some challenges done. A gold medal challenge. I'm not sure if I had one like that going on, but whatever. Unexpected things like that happen. I'm also rusty from not streaming for so long. What the heck? Usually I'm not that scatterbrained, but when the way I've been so scatterbrained today, that's something that used to happen to me more often in previous years in my live streaming and my content creation career. And in recent times, like more than a year now, that thing that just happened right there has been very rare. Because I'm somebody who is very scatterbrained. I have a slight suspicion, well, not slight, but I have a suspicion that I have ADHD. Can't really confirm that though. Let's report that player, by the way. Because what they're doing is a bad thing to do. Even if they don't realize it. But yeah, like, there's always multitasking involved. Because I have my attention on the stream to an extent and on the video game. So it's been a while since I've had Fall Guys on the stream. In terms of time, not in terms of streams, because you don't have to look too many streams back if you only count it by the streams to see Fall Guys again. That's the thing. Big fans, alright. This one I'm good at. Watch me say that and I'm gonna get eliminated very early. I'm not gonna even gonna make it But no, in general, like glitches and bumping into other guys aside, which is part of the game, I'm good at this one. You know, one thing that I've said is part of the game, it feels frustrating every time it happens, but when you think about it, it's something that kind of just comes with the game, is when you bump into other players and they kind of mess up your timing of a jump, or is the jelly bean traffic, the bean traffic as I call it. I've talked a lot about this in Fall Guys streams. You try to jump and there's other guys that you bump into in the middle of that jump and they mess it up for you, but rarely does anybody ever do that intentionally. It's just the nature of the physics of the game that it happens like that, right? But yesterday on the survey they asked that... Oh, that was not good, that was not good. Did my best there, though. Wow, I told you! Every time I jinxed it, I said, I'm good at this and I'm not gonna make it. I'm gonna have some bad luck there, too. Yeah, there's a lot of people ahead of me. Usually not that many ahead of me. I see Squidward ahead of me. Ugh, that could have been worse. See, I think I got in the way of that other player that fell down. They would have had a better jump had it not been for me. But I didn't do that intentionally. It's just kind of how the game works. But yeah, on the survey yesterday, they asked that as a question, like... Don't remember how it was phrased, but it's like... I feel like these things happen to me often, and one of the options was bumping into other players. Let me see if I can show you on the stream, actually. Remind me after we finish this show, if I forget, to do that. I can go into their Twitter and take a look at that. And let's see if we can report some people here for doing this griefing. I'm gonna be able to report all of them. Well, what they're doing right now is just not a nice thing to do. I think a lot of them don't realize it, but I'm sorry, it needs to be reported. It's unfair to the other players who are still making their way to the goal. Look at them, it's 5 of them. Yeah, they're about to get through the goal now. Wait a minute, 13 of 20. Didn't somebody just qualify? 14 now, okay. Thought it might be more than that, but okay. Wow, I've never heard this part of this song, though. Got quite far in this round. That's interesting. But look at the goal. There's only 2 players left, and they're intentionally gonna go through because they realize they may not qualify. And there was one that was trying so hard. They got so close, but they didn't make it because those people stuck around. They were gonna qualify anyway. They just extended the time for no good reason. That's why I report them. And actually, one of them that stuck around didn't make it, I think. So they paid the price. Sometimes karma strikes immediately, if you will. But yeah, they asked that question in the survey. So it may be something they're working on, that there's not that much collision with other players. And again, I don't see how that could be fixed, quote unquote, because it just feels like it's something that comes with the physics of the game. The wacky physics. Physics feeling really wacky is something that I always thought was part of the game. You know, you fall or you get thrown a certain way, and you expect yourself to land a certain way, but you end up just spinning and spinning and spinning and bumping in a way you didn't expect because you have no core. These people, these beings, these Fall Guy beings, whatever you want to call them, don't have a core. They don't have a skeleton, probably. I don't know. They're supposed to be all jiggly and slimy and unstable like that. But maybe I'm wrong about that, I don't know. We shall see what Mediatonic has in store this year. Last year was a fantastic year for Fall Guys because they went free to play for the first time. And they adopted a better model for the season pass. And their seasons and their cosmetics for that matter. So many collabs happened. My gosh, so many of them. In a way, SpongeBob and even Ultraman count as being in last year, not this year, because this season that is given these cosmetics started last year, so as part of that nice 2022 that Fall Guys got. WWE, What other collabs did they get? More Sonic stuff, maybe? I think Invincible was last year. I can't remember, though. And I think many joint collabs with Fortnite and... and Rocket League. I remember one. I don't remember what they were doing, but it got me to play Rocket League for the first time last year. If anybody, this is gonna be tough. Okay, made it. In this case, I'm not reporting the players because there's a limit to this anyway, so it doesn't matter if they just stick around the goal. It's different from the last one. I mean, they're wasting people's time, but not necessarily. Like, the time is just gonna pass and it's not gonna be that long. The slime is rising. Beautiful slime. Always makes me crave some nice strawberry yogurt or something like that. I think it's supposed to evoke that. Be careful, you maniacs. You might even get eliminated. They were so close there. It's on them, though. It's on them. Oh, I see Mecha Godzilla there. Nice. Ultraman and Mecha Godzilla. But Mecha Godzilla didn't make it. Ultraman saves the day. Squidward is still in the competition. I see like a monkey or... I don't know if they're based on something. That kind of looks familiar. An orangutan or sort of monkey character? I don't know what it is though. Curious George? No. No, if it's Curious George. Kraken Slam as a final round. I haven't played this one that often. I've only played it like 2 or 3 times. It's really weird because the tentacles are supposed to be facing a certain way, and where they're facing is where they're gonna hit, but it also depends on which tiles are shaking. It's kind of weird. Basically, you gotta watch out for a lot of things at once. The ones that are shaking, watch out for them, and also watch out for the direction the tentacles are facing. Yeah. And watch out for dirty players that are grabbing you. Dirty, but not illegal. Whoa. Does that coral have collision? Because it could have gone through someone. Could have yeeted someone. Let's be careful here. Yeah, that like... Oh! Didn't see the Kraken move there. Didn't see the tentacle move. Ah! Almost didn't land there. This is getting to be messy. Get the hell away from me. Don't you grab me. Oh, I get it now. Some of them shake and then the tentacles face a certain way. It's not related to each other. It really is like I said. Like, it's 2 things. Oh no. They're homing in on me. They home in on you. Ah. Some of them are smart. They home in on you. Like this one that's coming in potentially. They home in on players. Yeah, it's coming. This is gonna be quite the doozy. Oh no, it's coming. That's just my natural reaction to it. Just a bunch of Squidward is still in it though. Who's gonna win this? Let's see who's gonna win. Green. No, yeah, green gloves guy. Not Squidward. Squidward didn't make it. Well done, Bouncy Bean with the Sonic plate right there. Good stuff, good stuff. Poor Squidward. But hey, if anybody's gonna sink to the slime and be okay in an underwater environment, it's Squidward. There you go. Made it to the final round. 2014 fame. Progression is so fucking slow, man. Yeah, that reminds me. Let's see if I can show the survey. I did do it on a different browser last time, so maybe it will allow me to do it again. And honestly, I'm gonna do it again because some of those answers have changed after my experiences today. Very small changes, but yeah. They call it the vibe check. I think they do it every Friday, so There was one yesterday. Let me see if I can show you on the screen for a moment. Thanks for the answers on last week's question. We had a super positive response to the idea. No, this is an older one. Did they remove the tweet or something? What the hell? What? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. They had one yesterday. I answered it. They removed the link. Oh no, it's here. It's here. It's here. It's on the same one in which they talk about last week's vibe check. It allows me to do it again, and it's really important because of what they do, because of what they're asking about. So, how long have I been playing Fall Guys? Since before Season 1 free-for-all, like free-to-play Season 1. How many hours of Fall Guys? We can say it's 5 to 10 at this point. How do you feel about your experience in playing Fall Guys in the past week? I see a good variety of rounds in solos. You know, I feel like the variety could be better, but I'm gonna put often because occasionally it's not fair to say. Same for squads. I have a great time in limited time shows occasionally. I mean, I don't really play them that often, but it would be unfair to say literally never. I enjoy my challenges in the game occasionally. I love the cosmetics in the store often. I feel able to complete the season pass occasionally. Never, I'm very compelled to see that. I feel adequately rewarded at the end of each game occasionally. I'm very compelled to say never. But yeah. Why do you not enjoy the cosmetics in the store very often? I don't know why they're asking me that, because I put often on the last question, so I'm gonna put none of the above. I mean, I do enjoy them often enough. Why are you asking me that? Why do you not often feel adequately rewarded? The reward amounts are too low for the time I spend in game. That's 100% the answer there. Which platform? Most often PC, Epic. How often do you encounter the following on PC, Epic? I'm gonna put this now. I put it around here. I think it was like 1 or 2. Now it's gonna be a 7 after what happened in that ring thing. That alone is enough to put it at like a 7 scale. Disconnects while playing alone. 1. Disconnects while playing in a party. 1. Crashes. No, never. Not really. That's a never. Issues creating or joining a party. I mean, I can't really answer that because I never really created or joined a party. Physics problems such as unexpected ragdolling. Hold on, one of my windows crashed there. That's not good. Because that's what's been happening with the PC issues. My other Opera window, my other browser window crashed for a moment. Not the whole window, but like the tab in the browser. Errors or failure to log in. I don't think we really see that. Going to head to bed. Have a good rest of your night. You as well, Mist. Thank you for stopping by. And of course doing the Emerald Sword duties. Oyasumi Nakai. So yeah, how often do you experience the following on PC? Yeah, see ya. Oyasumi. Other players' graphs feel too strong against me. They do feel very strong. Like I can't jump away from them. My graphs feel ineffective against other players. They do. Not that much, but I'm gonna put 5 because they feel so powerful. Players' graphs feel so powerful. Like I can barely move. I can barely just jump to get out of them. Other players collide with me too forcefully. That's a 10. That's the one I was talking about. And the fact that they're asking it here, like, are they potentially going to change that? And if so, how? How do you even change that? Obstacles feel too powerful. I mean, I think they're kind of meant to be too powerful, so I'm gonna put it at like a 3. Other players are clipping through objects or levels. Kind of looks that way, but again, I think it's an issue of that, of what you see is not what they're seeing because of display lag or something like that. Players appear to be hovering over edges or open space. Very, very slight, not really. Oh yeah, I get blocked by other players when I try to move. This is the one, not this one as much. This one not as much, yeah. I get blocked by other players when I try to move. That's the one that's at like a high 10. So there you go. Hope they do some good things with that feedback. I have faith in them though. Looking at what they did last year. Some fantastic changes came to Fall Guys right there. So I have faith of the heart. I'm going where my heart will take me. I have faith to believe I can do anything. I've got strength of the soul, and no one's gonna bend or break me. I can reach any star. I've got faith, faith of the heart. That's the theme to Enterprise. Star Trek Enterprise, which I need to get back to. So many series I'm watching lately, you're gonna have to cut me some slack. I'm making some great plans to finally catch up with Geats. Still quite a few episodes, about 10 or so still to catch up with. They're just about to start a new arc though, so it's a really good time to catch up. I'm hoping to do it this weekend. Have a sort of plan around it. With Precure, I'm almost caught up. There's not that many episodes anyway, thankfully. Only one more episode. The latest episode from last weekend. Tomorrow they're gonna have a new episode, but I don't really watch it live. And I wait a little bit for subtitles to be out, so... My plan is to be watching all 3 Superhero Time shows. You may say Superhero Time is 2, but I extended to include Precure. So that I watch all of them on Tuesday. A lot of fans like to use the alliteration Taco Tuesday, which yeah, I can see why they want to do that. But you can't really do that when you have Precure because it's not Tokusatsu. So I just call it Superhero Tuesday. It's like Superhero Time, just instead of time is Tuesday. So it's still the same abbreviation, SHT. And what is going on with the queuing? Sometimes these problems happen. And it feels like it's on the game side because I'm not really getting many internet issues right now. Not really. So let's try to log in again with the Ultraman factor. Only 1 win so far. We've come close a few games, but still a winning situation for me in my book. The further you get, the more fame you get. That's the great thing about it. But yeah, curious to see because already on the next vibe check from next week, they may comment on what the results were from the last poll. That's what they said on this one. Like they said, hey, you gave great reception to this. Okay, here's the next vibe check. But it's not like they're gonna implement changes to that 1 week from now, right? I don't think so. But they said it themselves also on the survey. I didn't read that part, but they're working on things. Great things are coming. Now, I'm optimistic enough. I am what's the word? I give it a lot of benefit of doubt enough to believe them when they say that. Again, there's a lot of changes that I feel should have happened by now. But at the same time, I kind of changed my mind on a few things. Again, when it comes to season progression, for many times I've been saying they really need to speed this up. But then I realized how long seasons last, and it matches that. The slow speed of that matches how long the season lasts. But they may still change it, because what remains true is that no matter how long the season is, it still feels like you're barely getting rewarded at the end of the game. Even if you made it far sometimes, even if you win sometimes, it doesn't feel like you got enough rewards for how much work you put into it. You didn't even make it a level in the season pass. You play other games with season passes and it doesn't feel this way. To be fair, I haven't played that many that are like this. How many other games that have a season pass or anything like that have I played? I played Master Duel, I played Apex Legends, Fortnite. I did play Rumbleverse and Vampire the Masquerade Bloodhunt, but I didn't do much in them. Rest in peace, Rumbleverse. I don't know if the servers have gone offline yet, but if they're not, they are gonna go offline later, which is a shame. What a beautiful game it was. I gotta prioritize other games over that one, but I had fun playing it. I may have sucked with some of the mechanics, you know. They borrow from fighting game mechanics a lot, and I'm not that good at fighting games, but the moments we've had with that game have been so great. By the way, a player was AFK, or I should say AFG. The game was able to... I think what the game did right there, that's very smart actually. The game was able to detect that the player was AFG, and they disconnected them from the game. So now the squad is only 3 people. I think that's what happened. They noticed there was inactivity for too long, and they got disconnected. Master Duel has a similar mechanic, because they have a time limit, but if they see that you haven't done anything whatsoever, they just disconnect you from the game. They make it be an automatic surrender, even though you're far away from the time limit. And I'm talking about not doing anything, like you're not moving your controller, you're not moving your mouse, you're not clicking on anything, you're not selecting any option. They detect that, and thus they end the duel earlier. No, if they see that you are clicking on cards or pressing on cards, tapping on cards, depending on your platform, to see their description, you're looking at your graveyard, even though from the opponent's perspective you're not doing anything because no cards are being set, no cards are being summoned, whatever, you are doing things. The game is able to detect that, so it keeps just, okay, you just go for the regular time limit. Time limit まで諦めないぜそうさ怖さ知らずざ限界バトルが飛ばしてどっちだ Okay. Everybody's going for this one. Blue coral at the very back. That's how I identify them. I'm just gonna follow the bloody crowd because I can't figure this thing out. What I need to do is just Google it and see a guide for it somewhere. Red coral to the right. Okay, this is the one. Blue coral behind it. So it's not the one with red coral to the right. They are going for this one. Blue coral in the back. No, it's not this one. Blue coral in the back here. What? No, wait. No, blue coral in the further back. I don't think we're gonna make it. Which one is it? Dochita. This one has nothing behind it. Okay, blue coral to the further right. And this one... Blue coral to the further right. Yeah. Let me give it a try here. Nobody in the squad has scored, actually. No, it's not this one. It's this one. Let's see. Everybody's going for blue coral in the back. That's the one. Blue coral in the back. No. Oh no, wait, yeah, I did advance. Blue coral in the back. I saw people going for this one. Blue coral in the back. No. No, wait. Did I advance? I see 6 stars there, I think. Okay, red coral in the back. Oh, nice. We didn't make it far. What is that guy doing? What are you doing, you idiot? That is just going out of your way to... Nah. Because it's being bad for their team as well. I'm sorry, gotta be reported. But we all qualified already. Still not gonna make it though. It's a difficult thing sometimes. How far did we make it here? Let's see what rewards we get. だから限界バトル叩きつけてキスついたっていいんじゃないタイムリミットまで諦めないぜそうさ I think we can make it as far as level 80 here. Let's see. 怖さ知らずざ限界バトルか飛ばしてもういつきら最後じゃない世界中がこの時代がさお前と Ride on 諦めないトラップの壁 Hi. Hey, we did have a nice short cover recently on Twitter. From Singing March, which I'm not really doing, I just did that first day. I was just kind of planning to do the rest of it, but I realized I don't have enough songs for all the days. Maybe next year. Already like the second day, which was yesterday, there are prompts for each day. You can't just choose any song. I mean, I guess you could, but I want to do it like with the prompts they're giving me. And the prompt for yesterday was a song that came out in 2022 or 23. And I don't have anything for that. Maybe Geet's opening, but there's a bunch of reasons why I can't really do that. So yeah, I have nothing. I don't exactly keep up with new music. If I listen to a new song, it's not because it's a new song. It's kind of like new anime. I love watching anime, but I don't watch it because it's anime. I watch it because I'm interested in the premise or something else. Usually I'm not keeping up with new anime just for the sake of keeping up with it. The same was kind of true for Tokusatsu, but my interest in Sentai and Ultraman has increased a lot recently. Especially for Sentai, very recently. And hey, here we are with the Ultraman skin, right? Has Ultraman Decker come out already? I need to take a look at that. Yeah, because I saw Ultraman set, all of it recently. I mentioned that earlier. But I didn't see Ultraman Trigger after that. While we are waiting, let me see if I can search that quickly. Ultraman Decker. Ultraman Deca. Especially if they release that on YouTube. Yeah, I think it already ended or it's ongoing right now. So what is next after Ultraman Decker? They've also had like complete movies uploaded on YouTube. I also watched Ultra Galaxy Fight. I forget the full name, but it's one that had like so many Ultramen as part of it. It was so much fun to watch. Okay, it ended recently. Very recently it ended. So what is gonna be the next Ultraman series? Ultraman New Generation Stars, but I think that's a movie. No, it's gonna be a series featuring the New Generation Ultraman series. It starts at January 28th. What the hell? I need to watch that. I need to watch that. Okay, maybe I can still catch up with that. It's gonna be, if it's a weekly affair, it's gonna be about 4 or 5 episodes to catch up with. Yeah. Every Tuesday watching Precure, King Oja, Super Sentai, Kamen Rider, Geats, and Ultraman New Generation Stars. That looks like so much fun. I wish Kamen Rider did something like that. And Sentai as well. Sentai actually did like a mini series between, I think between like Ryu Soldier and Kira Major or one of those from the late 2000s, early 2020s or so. For like a couple weeks or so, they had a mini series in which it was just not a new Sentai or anything. It was just previous Rangers, previous Sentai returning and facing each other, teaming together. Oh shoot. That was bad, but we're still good. We're still good. Not gonna be a first place anymore. Oh, that was a close first place. Second place, I'll take that. I'll take that. But yeah, like they had a lot of returning Rangers. Captain Marvelous, I remember. Golkai Yellow, I think, was there. For a few weeks, like in between a couple Sentai or so. And that was like interesting that they did that. I would love for Kamen Rider to do something like that. Between, I don't know, between Geats and the next series maybe. That would be great. Especially because his team up between like previous series and current ones, which I think they need to do more often in Rider. They used to be the standard, and then Heisei Phase 1 kind of changed that. Heisei Phase 2 returned that gradually. And it still happens a lot nowadays, but not so much in the series themselves. For better and for worse, I argue. The series is able to have its own stuff. Hey, Bean Healed Zone, let's go! I don't get to play this one often enough, I feel. There should be a nice enough rotation of events, of course, but... You know, I wasn't around with this guy when this was newly introduced, so... It's not something that I've gotten to see very often. Too bad they couldn't use Sonic music for this, it would have been great. Probably would have had to pay even more money because you would need to be able to use it permanently or pay a new license every certain amount of time. That could be expensive. I don't know how music licenses work, but sometimes they're like that. Like, for every use of a song, it costs you for each play or something like that. It depends. I've seen it be this way in pro wrestling. Like, they gotta buy one that allows them to use them an unlimited or so number of times, or they renew that every year or so. That's why some wrestling companies like WWE prefer to just make their own music for a wrestler instead of using existing music, because it gets to be really expensive. There's this pro wrestler called Bryan Danielson, who, when he was in Ring of Honor, he used to have the Final Countdown from Europe as his song. Now, because of the circumstances back then, we made it by the way, they didn't really have to pay royalties. But Europe are infamous enough for charging a very high price for Final Countdown. Not sure if this is a rumor, if it's myth or if it's truth, but I think it's because they actually hate the song, or they hate that it's become so popular and overshadowed everything else they've done. That's why they just charge a big price so that it doesn't become as widespread as it already is. So when Bryan Danielson returned, or rather debuted in All Elite Wrestling in AEW after he left the WWE, Tony Khan, who is like the chief operating officer, president, I don't know, of the company, and all the staff involved in this, looked into getting Final Countdown back for him because WWE didn't use it. But AEW, they could maybe have that continuity, have that reference back to the Ring of Honor days by giving the American Dragon Bryan Danielson his Final Countdown theme that was so famous during his Ring of Honor days. But then they looked at the royalties and Europe charges like $50,000 per use of the song, something like that. So that was a no-go. That was a big no. I mean, they have millions of dollars, I think, to spend, but that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Even a trillion-dollar company is not going to go that far. Because it's every use, you have to understand. This is an entrance theme for a pro wrestler. If you don't know pro wrestling, every time a wrestler makes an entrance, they have a theme song. And many American, United States-based, well, Canada-based as well, I guess, companies have a weekly show. Japan is different. They don't all have a weekly show. They have a different sort of format for that. But you know, Bryan Danielson is one of those wrestlers that appears pretty much every week. So that's at least $50,000 a week. And then you may have him appear twice a week because they have more than one show a week. They have pay-per-view events or whatever you want to call them nowadays. They're technically not pay-per-views anymore. Depending on how you get them. But, uh-oh. Let's go over here. Let's wait it out. Let's wait it out. That was good. It's a lot of money, right? So they didn't go for the Final Countdown for that. So, music... Oh, shoot. That was a bad jump. That was a very bad jump. How do you do that one? I need to... I've done that one before. I don't remember how the timing is. There we go. There we go. Whoa, we are the last two to qualify. That was close. That was very close. But I'm guessing it's a similar situation if they wanted to use Sonic the Hedgehog music for this. If that's what happened, that's understandable. But if that's not what happened, then, well, hopefully they can figure something out to get Green Hill Zone music or something. Whatever the case, though, I want them to do that more often in future collabs. That's another great thing that happened after they went free-to-play and Epic took over, basically. It's something that Fortnite has been doing a lot, in which they implement aspects of the properties they're collabing with beyond cosmetics. Because it's easy to do cosmetics. Not that we should take them for granted either, but when you go beyond cosmetics and make them... and make elements of other properties, of other universes, part of the gameplay, that's so much fun. Fortnite just getting Kamehamehas, the punch of like Deku, or whatever his name is from My Hero Academia. I don't know much about that anime, that's why I don't quite know the name of the protagonist. But I do want to watch it one day, just don't have time for that right now. Too many series already. But yeah. And some of those series are so long already. Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, Star Trek Enterprise. The last episode I watched of Enterprise, it has been months since that. Not so much with GX though, but yeah. Have I told you that I'm in the middle of this big Doctor Who journey as well? Gone through like all the Doctor Who media in chronological order, from the Doctor's perspective. I'm in the middle of the first Doctor still, with Susan, Ian, and Barbara, which are his first companions basically. I just recently finished an audio by Big Finish, and as a matter of fact, today is when I finished it, called The Masters of Luxor. Next, I'm gonna listen to a shorter one, which is called A Small Semblance of Home, and after that, it's gonna be a serial from the TV series, The Reign of Terror. No, The Sensorites, which is a sci-fi serial. After that, there's gonna be some other audio stories and some other stuff like that in between. Woo, this is getting very competitive. That was close. We made it all the way to the bottom layer, for better and for worse. Could have been worse, could have been better. We're taking some risks here, actually. Risks I maybe shouldn't be taking. Okay, okay, oh no, this is not looking good. Ugh, that was close, that was close. And I thought we were the last two, but no. Who's gonna win that? Couldn't even see who won that. Or no, wait, we maybe we're the last two, never mind. I thought it was gonna be the blue guy who won that. But it was this one. Half SpongeBob, half Duck. or rather, Duck SquarePants, I guess. Duck guy, Duck Bean SquarePants. There we go. But that was good. That was a nice final round. It was close enough. Just didn't have good ground to stand on. Good hexagons to stand on. And a bean heal zone. That's always fun. Let's keep going. But yeah, too many series, you know, My Hero Academia. I want to check out one day. Oh yeah, I tweeted about this the other day. When I was out doing errands, I caught a glimpse of a little bit of My Hero Academia on a television. It was just like airing on a local channel, which was cool, actually. I could tell it was a local channel. I don't think, well, I think it was. I don't think they were using like Wi-Fi on that. I saw a channel logo that looks like a TV, not a YouTube channel logo, if that makes any sense. So that's really cool. And they were having some My Hero Academia stuff. The protagonist, again, I'm not sure if his name is Deku. He has like different names. I mean, to be fair, some of them have like hero names, so it makes sense that they have multiple names, right? I mean, Kamen Rider Geet, Ukiyo-Ace. Those are two names right there, right? Superman, Clark Kent, Kal-El. That's three names right there. Yeah, you can have more than two names sometimes. Goku Kakaroto. Maybe Super Saiyajin Goto. The Super Saiyan God is maybe another name, depending on how you see it. But you get the point, right? The protagonist of My Hero Academia was fighting this big, beefy guy. This guy that could become very beefy. That was part of his powers. Defending a child, like a true hero. Telling the child to run away. But the child was just standing there, frozen in terror. And the child kinda ended up like helping the protagonist for a moment. Didn't get to catch all of it, but the animation, my gosh, the animation looks so good. So good. Ah! Ah, ah, ah! Man, that is so close right there. Nice, 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 nice. That was close enough. We made it towards, well, we were like top 20%, top 10%. There's a full SpongeBob though. And yes, of course, I'm gonna wear those cosmetics as soon as I get them. Ultraman is great, but at the very top, at the very peak of the season pass, awaits SpongeBob SquarePants. All the other SpongeBob skins I think are like ones you get from Showbox in the store. Whenever they're in rotation, because they're not in rotation anymore. Squidward, Patrick. Only SpongeBob is in the season pass. Which is fine, which is fine. I think it was similar with some other properties before. Some of the Godzilla stuff was available only on the store, and some of them were on the season pass. SpongeBob got eliminated. A half Ezio Auditore got eliminated. We have Poseidon still with us. We have a Viking. We have a Platinum, Silver, whatever it is. Hot Dog. We have a metal hot dog in there. I love it. See, we gotta do more commentary like this. I think the last times I played Fortnite, I didn't comment on the cosmetics as much. Like, oh no, Rick Sanchez just eliminated us. Ooh, John Cena just saved us. And then he eliminated us. Something like that, right? Ariana Grande just killed Master Chief. Just those kinds of sentences are so much fun. Take them out of context and it's so funny. Or they don't have Super Sentai actually in there, but they have Ranger-like outfits. They had one at the end of a season. I just had to get them. I immediately spent the B-Bucks for them. It was so worth it. So you could have like, oh, the Red Ranger just killed Goku. Something like that, right? Oh man, I do miss Fortnite. I'll reinstall it. I'll reinstall it and check it out. First, I'm just gonna play it. Just play it, not do anything else with it, not launch OBS, my between software, not doing any tests. Then after some games, 1, 2 more games maybe, I'm going to launch OBS, well, my streaming software, my VTuber software, maybe more stuff, and make a stream test. That could have been worse. Careful with the knuckles. Unlike Sonic, I don't chuckle. I'd rather flex my muscles. I'm hard as nails, it ain't hard to tell. I break them down whether they're solid or frail. Unlike the rest, I'm independent since my first breath, first test, for the right and the worst left. Born on an island in the heaven. The blood of my ancestors flows inside me. My duty is to save the flower from evil deterioration, yeah. Top 50%, let's go. Ultraman is still in the competition. Who else is still in here? I ain't afraid of no ghost. A Ghostbusters ghost, I think that's what it is, got eliminated. We still have 2 hot dogs, one of them regular, one of them metal. A Viking, a little ice cream there. Lots of guys with helmets on. It's a good idea to wear a helmet for these sorts of games. Everybody, you know, every being creature here is cushy enough to withstand a lot of blows. I think everybody's fine. But it looks really nice when you have like a helmet on. One of my favorite cosmetics is the one that has like the boxing gloves, but it also has the headpiece that they wear. Not in boxing, but in some other combat sports sometimes. Or in a different type of boxing. I don't know which one it is, honestly. Okay, we want to get to that platform, that 360 platform, I forget what you call it. That's one of the best ones for that. To stay in here. I hate this one. I suck at this one so much. Yeah, here's where we... Oh my god. Here is where we're gonna go, I was gonna say. It's a lot more difficult than it looks, but it's one of the best areas to be at. But here comes the fan that just blows you away. Out of all the areas, I think that's the best one to get a good length of time. Still gotta be very careful, especially with the fan up there. But yeah, it's just a lot of great spotlight time, zone time, whatever you want to call it. Let's try this here. Okay, that was okay. Oh my god. Ugh, I don't know. This could go either way. I'm at 72%, but there's not that many that need to qualify, I think. Oh, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna make it. That was not good. Yeah, you see a lot of people come here. And I don't blame them. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Ooh! Ooh, that was close. I heard the sound. What was that sound? I heard a different sound. I think that was the sound that I qualified, that I reached 100%. But it happened at the same time the round was ending. One of the hot dogs is out, but the metal hot dog is still here. I see a shark guy still in there. I see a crowned guy in there. A royal guy. I don't remember what was the name of that skin. But yeah. Block Party is next. Still not on the final round. We are like 10 people left. I didn't pay attention. 8? 10? I don't remember. But yeah. Going back to what I was talking about there. When you actually implement collabs into the gameplay, it's so much fun. Yeah, other things I didn't mention from Fortnite. It's not just abilities from characters. The punch move from the protagonist of My Hero Academia. The Kamehameha from Goku. Blasters, lightsabers from Star Wars, etc. The Daily Bugle appearing, Kamehameha's appearing in the map. Among other things I can't even know about. Among other things I don't know about. That have probably been there or are there right now. Yeah, so when I get back into Fortnite, there's gonna be a lot of the map to explore. A brand new map at this point for me. Because a new chapter, already when we became a new chapter, it became a new map, basically. So I think the entire map is gonna be new, literally the entire map. But the first games I'm not gonna stream, so you won't get to see my discovery process of that. I hope I do get to stream it. Even if I have to go for the lowest settings. What I would hope to avoid is having to turn it to PNG tubing because, hey, I don't hate it or anything, but I want to be at my most full potential when it comes to my VTuber self. To myself. And this is it. I wonder what takes less resources though, live 2D or 3D. I've been told by people all sorts of things. Some of them have said live 2D takes more resources, some of them have said 3D takes more resources. I actually did do a test with VTube Studio the other day, and it kind of looked like it took less resources, or it was more smooth, maybe because it's not a 3D model, it kind of looks more smooth, because it's like 2D animation, sort of, but yeah, it's a different story. This is my part of my favorite part of the song. When you get far in this round, you get to hear it. This part is tricky though, gotta concentrate. Oh, actually, that was a very easy version of it. Ultraman's elite at the end, very nice. You know, oh, actually, I have the Ultraman emote in here too. I haven't been doing that. I should do that. I should do that. I don't think I'm gonna have a chance to do it on the next one. 2 people eliminated. Rest in peace. We are 10. Okay. This may or may not be a final round incoming. Not that many got eliminated. It was an easy enough block party. Thought it was gonna be more difficult towards the end, but it was super simple. Hexa Ring final round with 10 people. Oh my goodness. This is gonna be a fucking mess from the get-go. I'm gonna do my best here. I'm very proud of the fact that I won this earlier. It was off the stream, sadly, but I won it earlier solo. Again, I played literally just to test a few things in Fall Guys, to make sure they still had double XP going on. And I ended up winning the whole bloody thing. Just that one show I played. How funny is that? 10 people here, are you kidding me? I think this is maybe the most people I've ever had. Somebody got eliminated already. Yeah, no surprises there. I mean, I'm gonna get eliminated too early. The more people you have for this one, the faster some of them are gonna go down. 4 got eliminated, we are 6 left. We gotta focus on this one. 4, 5 of us left. Half of us are gone already. 9 will get eliminated, so that out of 10, only 1 is the winner. 9 must fall. Only 1 can be the winner. That is the nature of the Battle Royale business. Oh no, didn't make it, didn't make it. It gets super tricky, and again, I'm using that word. Because it's really hard to notice when it's too late and the barrel has, let's call it that, a barrel. The barrel has tipped over too far towards one side. I think it's the most difficult out of all the final rounds. Like, the difficulty is insane. Insane. You have, like, so many things going on. You have the hexagon mechanic, and then you have the rolling barrel mechanic. It's a lot to take in. It's a lot to keep track of. It gets extra sweaty. This game is sweaty enough as it is. This is extra. Extra sweat. Better get a towel. Better get a towel. Oh yeah, you're not seeing it, but my hands always get very sweaty with these sorts of games. My hands tend to sweat very easily. Palms are sweaty, mom's spaghetti. It tends to happen to me very easily. Even if I'm not that nervous, just the slightest hint of nerves or what's the word? Focus of just the slightest bit of effort, mental effort, or well, physical too, I guess, is enough to just bring water into my hands. That's the nature of this human form we took When we decided to take a human form, we decided to make it fair and not choose anything. Well, I don't know if we could have had a choice anyway, but we made it like, you know, the rest of humanity doesn't get to choose how they are born, what they look like, their circumstances. We're gonna let it be completely random as well. And so the lottery was drawn. Some things we got that were very fortunate, some things we got that were not so fortunate. Could have been better, could have been worse. In the human lottery. In the life form lottery. Careful with that. That ramp over there. That springboard. I don't know what to call it. This part is super difficult. I was about to say tricky. But everything is tricky here. I'm just gonna end up saying that word every other sentence. Whoa! That was a weird landing, but it worked out. Nice to be playing in duos, by the way. I didn't comment on that. I noticed from the beginning. Alrighty, yeah, you want to stand close to the edge to avoid those balls. You may have noticed that most of the players just go close to the edge of that last part, right? This person may be a brand new player. They have a super simple outfit and look. They are struggling a lot in that part. And it doesn't look like we're gonna make it. But that's okay, I'm sure they're trying their best. My orange friend. Hopefully we at least make it to level 79. Progression is so slow. The thing is, progression right now is going okay enough because they made it be double. And only because they made it be double. So if they didn't make it double, I'll probably be at like 71 right now. No hyperbole. So think about that. I am saying that, I do keep saying that the season does kinda, and that's the keyword, kinda feel like it's long enough to justify such slow progression, but I don't know. If you don't play every day, you may not still make it to level 100. Like even in just a few days it's gonna cost you. And those season passes, you know, you may have spent actual money on them, only to barely get any rewards. So I don't know, I think even with the length of the seasons, I think they still should speed it up just a little bit. The way they just sped it up for this period, I think it should be double. I think it should be double what it is right now. I think that's a good benchmark, because even there, it's still kind of slow. Still kind of slow, as you have kept seeing here so far. Feels like I should at least be at level 80 by now. Not quite. We have been playing nearly non-stop for 2.5 hours. And we started at, what was it, level 70 or 71? So again, that survey they did yesterday, hopefully the answers reflect that. I'm sure I'm not alone in feeling like it's slower than a snail's pace, even with such a long season length. But let's keep waiting to see. Oh my god, that was awful. That was the other thing we talked about in the survey, when players just get in my way. I try to move and players just don't let me. Sounds like they're doing it intentionally when I phrase it like that, but they're not. And I never get to land properly there to get to the other two rings. But okay, whatever. It's the nature of the business. Of the Fall Guys business. But maybe it's not, if they ask those questions in the survey. It's gonna be another 90-second ad break or so. Somebody already made it, first place there. There's gonna be more qualifying happening over and over. Okay, 4 out of 12 qualified already, my gosh. It's so difficult there. Let's see, let's try it down here. I did this intentionally. When you start getting towards the final points, the best idea is to not jump over there, so you can get to rings as fast as possible. But alright, at least get me to level 79. And we'll have only one more. Actually, this is great timing. Gonna need to take a quick bio break. Just let's see the rewards we have right here, and I'll be back in a moment. There we go, level up. Ah, yes, the clownfish pattern. Nice, yeah. The next cosmetic that's coming up is so nice. It reminds me of such a tokusatsu-like belt. Almost like a Kamen Rider belt. Pretty much like a Kamen Rider belt, I would say. This Aqua Blaster belt, it looks kind of nice with the Ultraman skin. And because my under pattern, my under color is red like that, doesn't look that incomplete. I might actually do something like this. It looks so nice. That's like a Kamen Rider belt, basically. So anyway, I'll be right back. Minna, stay connected to the multidimensional portal. Sa, kogeki! Sandaitsu no kogeki! Now, henshin, mask change. And that's gonna be the end of the duel. There are some beautiful one-turn kills from this deck sometimes. It's just the best. I activate the effect of Elemental Hero on its Neos to increase the attack of Kamikaze by 2500. The attack is now 5600. Hissatsuwaza, Rider Kick! Kamen Rider Kamikaze, Rider Kick. Warewari no shori da. Oh, that is wonderful. That is wonderful. That's why I love the Mask Heroes, because I get to say that their finisher moves are Rider Kick.
Veem's set is filth. Bloodthirsty, ruthless filth. And he's a war criminal. His ships have been screwing up Republic supply routes for years. Countless people have died because of him. He took out my brother's battlecruiser. Killed thousands more. The Republic should be planting his head on a stake, not offering him protection.
Okay, that was actually kind of funny. Did you hear that notification sound? That's the... Oh, great. Well, we disconnected a bit, but... Did you hear that notification sound? It kind of sounded like a censor. Like he was saying a bad word there, and he got censored. That's so funny the way that works out. But you know, the hustle. Do your hustle and slay, and then you can lay, as in lay down. You can rest. He's laying those ladies. Ah, yes I am. Yes I am. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Yes, he is laying those ladies. Ah, look at that. Look at that. Yes. It's one of those baby... He called you a baby back bitch with this shirt. Are you able to sit? There you go. There you go. Now it is a full party, as my friend deserves more visitors. It was a party of 4 for my birthday. We need to make it a party of 4 for Tom as well. Oh, yes. He called you a baby back bitch.
Outstanding, sir.
Thank you very much. Of course it's outstanding. I am an outstanding individual. It reflects in everything I touch, in everything I do.
No Jedi will be able to stand against.
Oh no! 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 Ah yes! Beautiful, beautiful victory royale! That was so close. VICTORY 3, 2, 1 settle, never give up. Oh yeah. 次元の扉を運命を世界に鋼のビートを刻め夜明けを信じて最強銀河のかける戦士の証勇気のエンブレム Ah, but how beautiful it is to be using a lightsaber as red as my passion for the dark side of dimensions. Yes. Nah, I'm good. Okay, so we're gonna go for a treasure hunt. Oh, nice, Barry. Nice, I'm glad to hear that. Okay, 6 minutes. 6 minutes. Give me my shovel. Gotta run. Gotta run. I don't have time to talk to anyone. Is this it? Omatase shimashita. Slightly longer than I expected it to be, but all good. Just had to take care of a little something quickly. And well, it looks like we are close. Just one level away from our goal for today, which is 80. It looks like we're close, but we may not be that close because progression is slow. And that sounds like they might work on that and make it faster. I think the pace is good though. Well, if the seasons are as long as they are, maybe this pace is too fast. Like, people will make it to 100 quicker than they should. Because this, I mean, so far, how long has this season been? I think it was late November, late December, late January, late February. So it's been about 3 months, 3.5 months maybe? I don't know, like 3 months. If it had been at this pace for 3 months, yeah, quite a number of people would be there. Even so, no, that seems about right. Like, after 3 months, a lot of people are like at 100. As rewards past 100, they're meant to be very bonus-like, but yeah. I don't know. Or maybe at 1.5x the speed. 0.5 more. A 0.5 increase in speed, so to speak, from how it is right now. I mean, when they're not doing double fame like they're doing right now. Ultimately, those are things that, yeah, the team is better equipped to deal with. I don't have the numbers on their side. Even if I had the numbers, I wouldn't know what to do with them. I'm not a programmer or any of the other roles involved in this game. I'm not a game programmer. I feel like it might be useful to learn game programming to some extent. The closest I've ever come to learning video game programming or coding or something like that, it's kind of close. Some may argue this is not it at all, but I mean, there's some principles I think apply to it. Hopefully I'm not completely wrong about this. Is with Mugen, in which in the files of Mugen, there's a lot of files in Mugen. Some of them are .def. Mugen, the fighting game engine, where you can just have a lot of fighting game characters as long as they have been made by someone. Well, to implement a lot of things in Mugen, you have to modify files by opening them in Notepad. And there's a little bit of like coding behind it, stuff like that. And that's as far as I've gone with it. From what I've seen, other things are like that. I kinda took a brief look at what it's like to do modding for Civilization 5. I think it's kind of the same for Civilization 6. The .lua files. Because there was one in which some mods are modular, in which you have to go into one of the files to pick and choose which parts of the mod you want, if you don't want all of them. And I've had some mods like that in which I was like, I only want this, and from their instructions, blah, blah, blah. Can't speak. I'm too excited, I'm speaking too fast. But no, from their instructions, it seems simple enough. So I tried it to mixed success. But some of them, it went well, some of them it didn't go well, and I did everything right, so I couldn't figure out. From my perspective, I did everything right, so I couldn't figure out what was going on. Let's chase after that little guy there. Let's go. All right, let's pay attention to the rhino. Whoa. Careful there. This reminds me, I've never had a Rhydon or Rhyperior in any Pokemon party. I'll be getting in one. Don't think I've forgotten about the trainer cards and the Pokemon Showdown teams I was gonna create. From the Pokemon team building streams we did. I still need to do them. With the trainer cards, it got a little bit more complicated because I wanted to pretty much redo them from scratch so that I can make them look a certain way. Especially after Poke Charms introduced new things to the trainer card maker. Pokemon Day was just a few days ago, right? And they did it on that day. So, and I think I may even like Photoshop some of them. Just for a few extra elements that they don't quite have. And the thing is, I think I'm gonna use their older classic style maker instead of the ones we got. If I do, they're gonna look completely different than what we did on the stream. Just FYI. But it would be worth it because I would be able to have consistency for all of them. Because when it comes to the trainer picture, there's more variety in the classic one than in the new one. Especially since there's a lot of like custom-made sprites of like random new characters that never appear in the video games. Just somebody like cosplaying a Pokemon or something, right? And those are great. For like the new, quote-unquote, new unknown characters, like the normal type gym leader in Kanto or something like that, right? Instead of just having a placeholder that wouldn't quite work. Ideally, this is what we're doing because Pokecharms doesn't allow in either of their card makers to just leave a blank space where the trainer would be. Or even just a silhouette with a question mark, that's what I was looking for. They don't have that, so what I was hoping they would allow is an empty space, and then in Photoshop or something like that, or Canva maybe, I would go and modify that and add a PNG of like a silhouette with a question mark for those undefined trainers. Whoa! That was some nice holding time. Oh shoot. Man, both of us grabbed each other. Both of us red teammates grabbed each other. That was bad. But it was an accident. It can happen. Be careful not to grab your teammates while you're trying to grab the penguins, or not penguins, they're pegwins. Penguins. Super similar to the word, right? To the actual word, but yeah. To the original word. A little bit of holding time there, very nice. Oh, I'm sorry, I grabbed my teammate there, didn't mean to do that. Wow. Blue is losing by a huge landslide there, which is good for us, but there's still like 40 seconds left, anything can happen, even with this difference in points. I've seen it before. This is Fall Guys experience speaking. Ah. Get that bandana, blue guy. I must get the penguin. Here in Penguin Pursuit. Ah, that was some good teamwork there. I held him back while my teammate got the penguin. That's what I'm talking about. It doesn't matter that I get it as much as it matters that red gets it. Nice holding time at the end here. Let's go. This is what I'm talking about. A beautiful first place. That's what I'm talking about. Yush. Gachida. So 2 squads eliminated, 8 squads remain. And these are duos. These are duos. So that's 16 people. This is not going to be the final round. Every once in a while you do get a final round with more than a dozen people or so, but they're rare. Team tail tag, okay. Will we see the green Ultraman at last? Funny thing about Ultraman is that they don't have a lot of variety when it comes to colors in the Ultraman, and that's fine, that's the design choice. Unlike Kamen Rider, they've had a lot of color variety. Metal Heroes as well. And well, I don't feel like I need to mention Super Sentai because color variety is part of the theme in itself. Like, color variety is a given. It's a given. You're not gonna have a Sentai with all reds only or something like that. But even the other franchises of Tokusatsu, Ultraman, Metal Heroes, Rider, Metal Heroes, they've had quite a nice amount of color variety. There have been times in which Rider has insisted too hard on the red. Like, you know, you have a new main Rider appear, and you're like, red again? Red and white again? I get it. It's the Japan flag. Kamen Rider is the pride of Japan, but well, one of the many things Japan can be proud of. But still, come on. It's nice when you see X8, a pink Rider, Decade, a magenta Rider, a blue Rider. I don't think we've really had a blue main Rider. The closest is Gaim, which is more like blue and orange, and even then the orange overrides the blue. Far more. And this team tail tag, they also kind of need to balance, I feel. They need to make it so that it doesn't always... It nearly always goes into overtime at the end of it. There's always some sort of tie going on. Like there is right now. Okay, not anymore, but let's see. Let's focus. Yeah, it just went into overtime. It's rarely not going to go into some sort of overtime. And it sucks because of that. It's frustrating, You think it's going to end and then it goes into overtime. And then it happens again. And then again. And then again. Not this time, it was only one overtime. Unfortunate. We got the tail taken there at the end. And green also got a tail. So it was like a double loss, kind of, depending on how you see it. Some nice crown shards from that, though. The next challenge is much further away, so I may not be making as much fame on the next ones. May take a little bit of grinding to get to that level 80. But I'm gonna do my best to keep it going today. Yeah, we have reached a regular stream length, basically. That's good. We're back in business. Actually, I'm very afraid to say that. And just like PC issues happen again. That's just my luck, man. It's what's turned me into a superstitious person when it comes to those things. Like when you say, yes, it's all going well, and immediately goes wrong. Or you say, all right, this is what we're gonna do this week, and then something happens that prevents you from doing that this week. Say, I don't know, you're like you're in the planning area at your workplace, and you say, all right, by the end of this month, we're gonna have these results in the sales area. We're gonna deliver. And then everybody, as soon as you say that, the day after, everybody gets sick with COVID. This is sounding like a very specific example. I swear to you, I'm not speaking from experience here. But it's just an example. Everybody gets sick with COVID for the rest of the month. In the sales area, you're not able to meet the goals you promised anymore. You can't make any promises like that. You can say they are the plans, but you can't make guarantees like that. And it happens to a lot of content creators. I think praising is an important thing because of that. Like, you don't want to say it in a very pessimistic, defeatist way either, but you don't want to say like, yes, it's a guarantee that tomorrow is gonna be this special stream, and then your computer has a RAM issue. There's a huge blackout for like the entire. Oh! Did you see that? That's the furthest I've ever gone up from there. That was funny. That would have been great if I was able to make it that far up. I wonder if anybody has ever made it like that. I don't know. That was interesting. That would have been really sick had I made it. But alright. Not to worry. We're still doing well enough. Can we grab this? I can never grab that bar. I think I've grabbed it once or twice, and I don't know how I did it. Maybe luck. But good luck. Nice qualification there. Oh, this is just the beginning of this show. Let's see how far we make it. The further we make it, the more XP I get, the more fame I get towards that level 80. No, yeah, if I keep playing, hopefully I have time to play some Fall Guys. The thing is, sometimes I play Fall Guys while I'm listening to audiobooks or audio dramas. As I've been telling you, I've been listening to some Doctor Who ones recently. And well, sometimes I do them when I play Fall Guys because it's a nice game to play while doing that. Not all the time though, sometimes I kind of have to pause it. I have a nice pair of headphones for my phone, so I listen to the audiobooks on my phone, or audio dramas. And I always try to make sure I have some pair of headphones that have a button to pause. And yeah, like the audiobook software I use, and that's software in plural, because it depends on the platform. I don't use the same platforms for all my audiobooks or dramas, but yeah, I mean, some of them, you get them, and then you download them. They don't have their own app. So you just use an audiobook player for that. There's a fantastic smart audiobook player app. Really good because it has a lot of features that make it really good. That was a nice jump there, very well timed. Very carefully done. Ugh, that was not good though, that was not good. Lost my momentum. Lost the supersonic speed. We could be making references to the Flash as well, but you know, Sonic is the one that got a collab with Fall Guys. Supersonic style. Or maybe Kamen Rider Kabuto references for a speed, but they didn't have a collab with Fall Guys. Now that would be sick. Kamen Rider can make so many great collabs with so many video games, seriously. Cosmetics for Kamen Rider are so easy to figure out. Well, what's not easy is which riders you're gonna get. Probably. I would say, you know, the first and the latest series are always a given. So it would be Ichigo, Nigo, Rider 1, Rider 2 from the original series. Maybe more than one form. They had several forms. In a different way than modern series handle forms now, but they had several. Or even the upcoming Shin Kamen Rider that comes out this month in Japan. I don't know if I'm gonna try to avoid spoilers or not. It depends on how long I think it's gonna be before I watch it. But yeah. And also cosmetics for Geats, the current series. Yeah, sounds great. And then for those other ones, you choose other series that are maybe popular or would fit the theme of the game you're playing here. I don't know what would fit Fall Guys. Well, X8. Kamen Rider X8 fits any video game because it's video game based. When Puzzle and Dragons has done collabs with Kamen Rider, they have included X8. But even when you don't have like X8 happening in like a stage or whatever you call those, they use X8 sound effects. This just reminds me, there's the Ultraman emote. There it is! Shuwatch! Although I think they say Shuwatch when they fly away, not when they do that finisher move. Ultraman no Hisatsu waza. Spectrum Ray? Specium Ray? I don't remember what you call that. Let's be careful here. Oh yes, a sci-fi map for my Ultraman outfit. Feels very fitting. Let's be super... Oh my god, oh my god. We want to be very careful here. Actually, I think I waited too long. Ah! That was so close, that was so close. Ah! Alright. We're still in it. Ultraman is still in it. Yeah, that was the first time I did the Ultraman emote. I've been forgetting. I'm so used to always doing the salute emote. Oh no! I didn't notice the fans. I haven't done this map enough times. I think this is like my second time doing it. Maybe even it's even the first time. Didn't notice you have to get the wind from those fans. But alright, let's see if we got any good fame from this. And that's at double the pace. It does feel faster. But if you don't know how it feels before that, it may not feel that fast. No, it feels like such a good pace. If it no, I don't know. Maybe they should do it at this speed from the get-go. Like it feels like I was adequately rewarded for making it to round 3 like that. We got about 1400. We advanced to about 4000. Almost halfway through this level. That's good, right? Yeah. Yeah, I think that's good. I think that works. But imagine, it would be much slower than that. I could have made it farther. And sure, I should have been rewarded more for making it farther, but I made it far enough that it shouldn't be any less than this. Again, it gets really tricky. I'm using the word again. But it's a little bit... It involves a lot of math on the developer side that I can't even begin to understand. So there's that to consider too. Hit Parade, let's go. I did say that on the survey that there's a nice variety of rounds, but I was compelled to say maybe occasionally because maybe this is intentional and it has nothing to do with the variety factor, let's call it. But there's some rounds that I barely see. Like that one we just did, where I don't have enough experience. I failed at the end because I don't remember, I don't know the mechanics enough. Why do I not know them well? Because I don't play that map enough. Some rounds just don't get rotated enough. Now, to an extent I think it's intentional because some rounds are more demanding than others. Or have certain mechanics that just make them a bit more unfair than others. And you don't want them that often for that reason. Oh, and this one... Did you notice how everybody went down? Nearly everybody went down, and those that went down actually got there faster than me. I think there was some slime down there. I didn't notice. This seems to be a different variation too. But yeah, it does feel like some rounds should be around more often than they are. Oh, this is gonna be close. Okay, I cut it a bit close there, but we made it. Top 50% too. Oh, and there's a Omni-Man right above me. I see a Parrot guy. I see El Chapulín Colorado, and they got eliminated. Este cuento se ha acabado por El Chapulín Colorado. I see Poseidon guy. What else? Well, we'll find out in the next games or so. The fact that they've done collabs with Chapulín Colorado, that's crazy. Not like it's a worldwide thing as much as like Sonic or Ultraman is. You may argue Ultraman is not that worldwide, but worldwide enough, I would say. Hey, Shin Ultraman did make it to theaters in some countries recently. That was great. Outside of Japan. I hope the same happens for Shin Kamen Rider. More explosion of media outside of Japan for Kamen Rider. With official English subtitles. And beyond English, perhaps. That would be great. Spanish, perhaps. That would be great. Yosh, let's try this door. Life has many doors, said boy. Okay, the exact same one as last time. Life has many doors, said boy. Let's go over here. I saw Omni-Man. I see a guy with a nice star outfit. A nice star on their back. Good colors to go with it. Over here, the very central door. Which one is it? Dochida, Dochida. Let's go for this one. Gotta try my luck at one of the other ones, but may not have been a good idea. Speaking of luck, we got a little bit lucky there, but we did not get lucky with the big Yeetus hammer. Oh, yeah, bad luck at the end. Ooh, 1 centimeter away from the end. Omae no tameshite yaru ze. We shall test your luck. Not sure if I said it right in Japanese, but I was sort of remembering how they said that in Q Ranger. That's one catchphrase they have, that let's test your luck, let's see how your luck is. But did you see the rewards? Feels like it should have been maybe a little bit more. That was the second round, yeah, yeah, maybe just a little bit more. I don't know. Is there also, I haven't checked, is there an ending date for this season? I haven't even checked that out. Let me Google that quickly. Like Fall Guys Sunken Secrets end date. No, I still get a result that tells 4 April 2023, but it's to be confirmed. Hasn't been confirmed. If that is the case, it's like 1 month from now and it hasn't even been confirmed. That's another problem they need to work on. I think they keep announcing just a few days before it ends when it ends. Yeah, that's not quite right. They should announce it with enough notice so that players can organize their schedule towards playing this game, so that they get certain rewards, they don't miss out on this, like, oh shoot, I have just a few days left, and I already knew this. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have just a few days left a month from now. Let me plan my schedule around this, because most people are not getting paid to play this, so they don't exactly have that much time for it. The earlier you can say the end date, the better. Most games do say the end date for a season from the get-go, so they need to work on that too. Something on the development side again. Can't even say that word properly. Development. Development. Blah, 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 blah. Kind of a mouthful for me. That part right there is one of those times in which one of the very few times in which I'm not happy to see stars. Because those are like obstacles that just yeet you away. Oh yeah, and in the games I played offline before the stream, not offline, sorry, off the stream, I should say. I actually got like thrown away a couple times by those stars. Still won the entire show though, somehow. Whoa! Made it here! Nice, 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 nice. Plus 55 points, I was second place, let's go. Alright, my ski friend, you can make it. Gambatte kudasai! Aibo. How do you say ski in Japanese? Is it just ski? Maybe not, because it sounds like the word for like. Ski. The key. Ore no ski aibo. Sounds like I'm saying the partner I like. My partner who I like. Ore no ski aibo. Something like that. This doesn't quite sound right. But alright. They climbed up with their skiing gear. Like that. Well, that was a good one. Top 20% too. Thanks to me. Thanks to reaching that second place. But, what was I talking about? There was something else I was talking about. Oh yeah, like the season endings and such. I'll try to pay more attention when seasons start if they say an end date. I always try to see the end date from the very beginning because I need to start knowing how I'm gonna have to plan. How much I may have to play, It's the same with life, like the next 3 months or so, you kind of have an outlook at what that's gonna be like. Depending on your kind of life, depending on what your job is, depending on what you do. But yeah. Like 3 months from now. This is March, June. Yeah, there are a few things that I need to have finished by then, a few things that I may be doing by then. But with the kind of life I have right now, 3 months is long enough for me to say that most of June, for example, is ambiguous. Oh, look at that penguin over there. Somebody can grab it. I'm not gonna grab it. I think somebody grabbed it for just a brief moment. Nah, this is not one of those times in which you want to grab it. I think I may have tried to do that once and it distracted me long enough that I just fell into the slime very quickly. Or I may have seen somebody do that, I'm not sure. See, sometimes my memories with experiences I had in this game kind of get mixed up with things I saw in other people's streams. That's why I said this earlier with the sci-fi map in which I failed. Oh shoot. In which I failed at the end because I didn't know the mechanic. It was either my first or second time playing it. And if it's my first time, it felt like it was the second time because maybe I saw somebody playing it. And I got some experience out of that. It's easier for me to feel this way with games I'm already playing, as opposed to seeing somebody play a game I'm not playing, because when somebody plays a game I'm playing, I understand how the mechanics work. A lot better than if I'm not playing it. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. That was close, that was close. Maniagatta. We made it. Come on, my skiing friend. This is the right gear to have a big slime climb like this, like climbing a mountain. Well, skiing is not climbing a mountain, but the gear is similar to snow mountain climbing, I guess. Yeah. Well, at least those sticks that they're holding kind of looks like it's good for mountain climbing. I don't know. I don't know much about mountain climbing. I just know that I see hikers, especially in Pokemon, with like a stick of some sort, which helps from the looks of it. But I think that's it. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know much about that. Yeah, it's a similar principle. Like in skiing and in mountain climbing, there are points in which you really need to hold yourself hard against the ground. So you hold on to that stick. Probably not called a stick, probably has an actual more proper name, but yeah. It's like lightsaber. When you don't know that it's called a lightsaber, you may just call it a laser sword. but that's not the actual name. Aha. But yeah, Hyperdrive Heroes, gonna have to focus on this one. Super, super difficult, especially in that early part. That part that they're showing right there on the screen. It's way more difficult than it looks. Feels really weird, like the terrain feels really weird, like your jumps are not quite happening the way they're supposed to, but again, it's kind of part of the physics because the hoverboard underneath you is kind of moving. The ground is not quite going to be the way you expect it to be. And also all the other players that are like getting in your way. Ugh. And then the camera angles. Camera angles, this is not said enough, but it's an essential part of the game. You are moving that right stick. Well, if you're playing with controller like me, you are gonna find yourself... You are gonna find yourself moving that right stick for the camera extremely often. I'm doing it all the time right now. When you get to the hexagon, final rounds, the amount of times you're moving that camera, like how quickly you're moving yourself with the left stick and the camera with the right stick, it's insane. Like, that's what makes my hands be so sweaty as well. It's like some extreme work with the hands happening right there. Extremely, extremely fast. Can't wink. Not wink, sorry, can't blink. Feels like you can't blink. Can't even breathe that much. Doki doki. Heartbeat gets really fast. Oh, this motherfucker grabbing me. This is why I'm saying that when other players grab me, it feels so powerful. The fact that they phrase the feedback questions that way, many kudos to them. Many kudos to the team for potentially recognizing the way players feel. And it may be more than a feeling also, again, if the developers themselves are phrasing it like that. Oftentimes when you play video games, it feels that way. May not be that way. Again, the word feel is key here, but when other players do something against you, it feels like they have more power when they're doing it than when you do it. Like, you make sure that you're doing it exactly the right way, the same way, exact same circumstances. You're doing it the exact same way, and yet it feels like the other players have a, I don't know, like the game is somehow biased against you. But when you think about it, that doesn't make sense. But sometimes it is like that, which is weird. Or like that to an extent. It's really weird. Or maybe it's not exactly an advantage on the players, but something with the game mechanics or the way the game is programmed that really makes it that way somehow. Hard for me to explain without really knowing much about it, but there's more behind it than just a feeling. It's a very valid feeling, let's say. There's some fact behind it. There's some actual science behind it. 3 squads remain. We are 6 people. 3 duo squads. We made it, my ski friend. This has got to be the final round. Might not be, actually, but I think it will be. Hexagon! Ah, I think I summoned it by mentioning it just a few moments ago. Just the insane camera work you gotta be doing, like... It's something that becomes like a muscle memory. So I can understand why it's not mentioned that much, but it's like essential when you play Fall Guys. Essential. Part of the reason why I find it that it's a lot better to play with a controller than with mouse and keyboard. There's better control of those things with a controller. I think it's like that a lot of the time. I find that if I have to be controlling the camera a lot and at a very high, in a very fast-paced environment, like Fall Guys, it's better if I get to do it with a controller. So, for example, what I'm doing right now, I'm switching my right thumb between the right stick and the jump button, which is, I think, X here in the PlayStation 4 controller. On an Xbox controller, it would be A. You know, because both an Xbox controller and a PlayStation controller have X, but they're in different places. It's kind of hard for me to remember at times. But I'm pretty sure it's X here for the DualShock. DualShock 4 is what I have. Not the DualSense, it's DualShock 4. DS4. PS4 controller. However you want to say it. the way you have to keep switching between moving the camera and hitting the jump button. It's so unbelievably fast. Feels like kinda like I'm one of those pro fighting game players that are just doing incredible things with their stick. Well, when they're using an arcade stick, just doing super quick commands as a fighting game requires you to. With moving the stick, pushing certain buttons, doing it in a certain combination. Feels that way. Principle that I think from what I understand is very similar to music playing principles. When you play, when you play a guitar or something like that, piano, keyboard, the sleight of hand, the dexterity with your fingers, not only being able to do certain things very fast, but memorizing patterns and doing them very fast. Yeah, I have learned how to play an instrument. It was I think it's the same in English. It's pianica, I think it is. This super interesting hybrid of a piano and breath-based instruments like a trumpet or saxophone, in which you blow into it and it kind of sounds like those, and you're playing on a keyboard, on a piano-like keyboard, right? But you're also blowing into it to ensure the sounds go out. That's what I learned to play long time ago in my life. My human life. Okay, clutch time. Well, yeah, that was a difficult one. Not much I could do there. It was just a matter of luck of which ones were still left, kind of a matter of skill of trying to get for certain ones. I did my best. I have no regrets. That was a great final round. And yes, my palms are very sweaty right now. Look at the white duo there. Nice look. Nice look. Ooh, that was tough. That was tough. I was able to talk a lot while playing that. That was great. Maybe I am getting very used to Hexagon now. To Hexagon, final round called Hexagon. Hopefully you got the pun. One of them is with an E at the end and one of them doesn't have one, right? Let's keep going though, because even though I made it to a final round, it still wasn't enough to get to another level. You would think it's enough, right? Well, final rounds are, I don't know, maybe I'm skilled enough to be able to make it to final rounds often enough, or I've just been lucky enough today. I find that most of my PlayStations in Fall Guys these days, most of the time I do get to the final round, whether it's with a squad or not. But it is common to have like a lot of play sessions, play for 3+ hours, and never make it to a final round. Or just once, maybe, right? So I don't know. Let's go for track attack again. Feels like it keeps being the same rounds over and over, like, they need to like allow more variety for the other ones. Some other ones we could see more often. I feel like I see this one more often than I see something like Medieval Madness. Big fans. I don't see Medieval Madness that often, but I think it's an intentional thing they do depending on the season. On a season, they don't just introduce new maps and stuff like that, but this is duos, by the way. I have a plain pink Fall Guy with me, which looks nice, don't get me wrong. These days, I just have so many cosmetics, so many I still haven't used actually, that I don't think I'm ever gonna go back to a plain color. Not anytime soon, at least. For me, it's a lot of fun to just be switching between many cosmetics. Today, we're doing all Ultraman though, because I've been saving this up for a special stream in which I used the Ultraman stuff, even used it for the thumbnail. I got to do the Ultraman pose, the signature Ultraman pose for the thumbnail. Was harder to do than I thought. But I made it. A little bit harder to do than I thought, but I pulled it off. Pulled it off quite nicely. So yeah. Gambare, pinku. Momo bean? Momo guy? I don't know. It's not really a way to say guy. You know, as in Fall Guys. Not something I think should be translated. Otherwise it would be hito, which just means person, or yatsu in Japanese maybe? Momoyatsu. Momoyatsu. Something like that, maybe. Man, they did not have a good time at those big hammers there. And I know, hey, I've been there. I've been in that exact same situation they were in. Just getting stuck like in between the hammer like that. It's as frustrating as it looks. But we made it here. Wow, did you see that last shot? Some poor guy just clipping through ostrich style. Alright, but here we are. I see a Spartan Neko helmet guy. A hot dog guy was there. Didn't notice any specific characters there, besides me, Ultraman. Ultraman! The Ultraman power has been so good today. Starting off with a victory. Still the only victory so far, but... after that, most games have been great. Really great. Just a few... just that glitch that happened on one of the hoops. My mistake logging out of a game... getting out of a game even though I won the last round. At first place of all things. But here we are again, Hyperdrive fucking heroes. I was trying to think of some curse word that started with H. Just to really drive the point home, but nah, it's okay. Alright. No, and the Ultraman emote, I was thinking of doing that right there for a moment, but it's a long emote. Like it really... oh, my guy got eliminated. Too bad. I see what happened. The beams just yeeted them upwards. And they just fell all the way down to the slime. They're spectating me right now, I think. Gambarimasu, gambarimasu. Muskashi kedo, gambarimasu. It's all on me. Even if I qualify, or not qualify, but even if I make it to the goal, we may not qualify depending on the points, right? My guy was not the only one that got eliminated. Somebody else fell with them in the exact same way. I've been there. I know exactly what that feels like. Let's wait here for the hoverboard. No reason to get ahead here, not really. Oh, not the emote I meant to do. Not the emote I meant to do either. I don't remember what it is that I had the Ultraman emote. It's on the left. Remember, I'm using controller here, right? So... The only one I remember, because it's pretty much the only one I use, is the salute, which is up. I set it to be up. Makes sense, your saluting is something that involves your hand being in an upward part of your body, your head, like that. So I place it in up. If I had a bow or something like that, I would probably place it like down. You know, if I have an emote of kneeling, bowing maybe. Bowing, I should say. That's a great outfit on that guy with that emote. Great rockstar feel to it. Metal star, maybe. Some people are extra mean, and they go out of their way to remove some hexagons for the people behind them. We're not gonna go towards those hexagons. Absolutely out of the fucking question. Well, actually, not that out of the question, but... let's take a little risk here. Oh no, this may not be good. Okay. That was kind of close because of the guy next to me. They may have removed some hexagons that I was about to get into. That would have been bad. Did we make it? I think we did. We did. Yush. Nice carry from me. The other guy got eliminated. I've been on the other side of the coin too. In duos, in this map. Been eliminated and then it was left to the one and only team member. If it were more squads, it might be a bit different than that. If it were squads of 4 and we have 3 get eliminated and only 1 makes it to the end, we may still not qualify because we may not make enough points right at the end there. Pipe dream. Let's do some pipe dreaming. Like the pipe dream I talked about yesterday from Yu-Gi-Oh! This sequel to both Duel Monsters and GX. It's a pipe dream, it's never gonna happen. Something like that, right? Most likely never gonna happen. The way I envisioned it, at least. Something like that, right? I don't know. Or something I hope is not a pipe dream, but it kind of looks like it is at some points, is the Kamen Rider Spirits anime. But after Futo Tante, the floodgates have opened, I hope, for more Rider anime. First of all, I do hope Futo Tante has more. They keep adapting more from the manga. But Kamen Rider Spirits is a big must that I hope they do. Ah! 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 Did you see that? Oh! That's Fall Guys for you. This is what I tell you. Like, some wacky stuff happens sometimes. Wacky, unexpected physics, ragdoll stuff. No, that kind of thing I don't think is something they need to fix. That's just like part of the game, the nature of the business. You know? That's just how it is. You know, it sounds like I'm being very defeatist. Well, no. Best way I can phrase it right now. It's part of the game, it's part of the fun that some unpredictable stuff like that happens. The physics are wacky like that. Oh. Wasn't gonna make it to that. Oh, yeah. It's a very specific timing you gotta do for that. Plus 9 points? We're not gonna make it. Oh, no, yeah, I had a very unfortunate event earlier in the map. My guy is not doing well in this map. I don't think they're familiarized enough with how it works. They're getting familiarized, maybe. It's okay, though. It's okay. We're getting closer and closer towards level 80. A nice thing will unlock from there. I'll have to think of what goes well with that belt. Something that makes it feel Kamen Rider-like, right? I am very looking forward to that. Looking forward to catching up with Geats, hopefully. I still need to finish Saber. I'm only 3 episodes away from finishing it. And I'm planning to do it in a particular way next week. Like, what I'm actually planning to do is to spread them out on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday of next week. The 3 remaining Saber episodes. And then I'll wait a little bit and start revise and watch all of it a certain way. I wasn't supposed to take this long with Saber. But there we go, level up. Aqua Blaster belt. That sounds like such a tokusatsu thing, I love it. But yeah, let's see. I actually want to see what this might go well with. That's gonna be, oh yeah, and this one as well, Virtue Belt 3.11. Look at that! Look at that beautiful thing. I have top brass, yeah, some of the cosmetics I got. One thing I wish the game would stop doing is to just like automatically yeet you back to like the cosmetic you have equipped. Sometimes it does that while you're browsing your cosmetics and it's very frustrating. I hate it. I keep thinking something's wrong with my controller, but it's not the controller. At this point, I think it's not. Let's favorite it also. And yeah, I was right, the button I was talking about for jumping is X. The thing is, it gets confusing because I have a DualShock 4 controller. It's a PS4 controller, but the game right here is recognizing it as an Xbox controller. The reason why is because the Wi-Fi thingy I use, not Wi-Fi, sorry, Bluetooth thingy I use for it is set to the X input, which is for those kinds of controllers. The input that's supposed to be for PlayStation controllers doesn't work for some reason with this DS4, so I have to use the X input, as they call it. So, even though I do that, some games do recognize this as the DS4 controller that it is. These are beautiful ones that I still need to use, actually. What would this go well with? Let's see. Doesn't work with this one. This blobfish, I still need to use it. So cute, so funny. Mechakai. Hontoni. Kind of is the crustacean warrior. Country pump. It was kind of funny there, actually. What to do here? Which one to go for? No, it doesn't fit that. What about this one? Kind of fits it. Kind of. Not that much like a Kamen Rider, more like another type of Toku figure, maybe. And there's Regal. That's the word I was looking for earlier. Not royal, but regal in this case. Starry-eyed specs. Yeah, it's gotta be with Ultraman like this. But it feels weird after having the whole Ultraman outfit like that. I don't think I have anything that I'm very fond of. What about this safety helmet? Kind of. A little bit more like Moomin Rider, not like Kamen Rider. Let's favorite the Ultraman outfit in both ends. That's definitely gonna be a favorite. Are you kidding me? And here, yeah, they show the favorites first. You don't want to have too many of them for that reason. Because then it's like 2 alphabetic orders within one menu. If that makes any sense. Oh yeah, and let's equip it again. Let's re-equip it. Just re-equip it like that. Are we at level 80 though? Oh yeah, we got that from level 80, I just remembered. So what is left? We have Mackerel Duo. Give me a second here. Before we take a look at what is left for us here. Showbox, Kudos. I can't see. Oh yeah, okay, is the color of the face. Showbox, Keen Angler, Dark Maw. Ah, yes. And we start getting into the SpongeBob content. Bubbly Buddy, the Snail's Meow. I'll definitely be using this. Art thou feeling it now, Mr. Krabs? This is great SpongeBob plate there with the crusty. What were they called? Krabby Patties. The crusty burgers, I was gonna say. Kangre Burger. SpongeBob is right there. And then a bunch of crown shards and some bonus cosmetics if you get even further, which is really interesting. I don't think I'm gonna make it that far. I don't think I'm gonna bother making it that far. But this is as far as we make it for today. Over 3 hours of gameplay, over 3 hours of stream at least. Not so sure about the gameplay, but I think it was over 3 hours of gameplay. But wearing a crown for most of it because we started it with a fantastic victory. Ain't that great? Yeah, let me recenter myself here. Well, that was a fantastic session of Fall Guys. Those were some fantastic sessions of Fall Guys. Mostly not dealing with the frustrating side of the game, right? If that makes any sense. I've been very vocal about the things I hate about this game. But hopefully I've been vocal enough about the things I love about this game. I wouldn't be playing it as much if the pros didn't beat the cons, right? So we're still in it. And I'm hoping to have it again next week, and maybe next week making it to 100 in the Season Pass. Maybe with the Ultra Power again, though I think we're gonna have something different. So we can use a bunch of other cosmetics, and maybe keep changing between games here and there. There's so many I need to check out. Though it was fun to do all that stuff for the thumbnail, which you will see on the VOD as soon as I can. Not too long after the stream goes offline, which is about to. We're gonna end it right here. No raid for today. Thank you, Maniacs, for joining me for this Fall Guy madness. Fall Guys Friday, FGF. I think next week, though, if everything goes back to normal, as it hopefully does, we will have Final Fantasy Friday again. We have many things still left to do in Final Fantasy XIV. But yeah, hopefully this is going back to regular stream schedules. No stream tomorrow. No stream until next week sometime, whether it's on YouTube or Twitch. So stay tuned. Probably on Sunday is when I will post a schedule of some sort, as I usually do, as we have done before the PC repair arc. That again, I hope is over. Alright, Maniacs, have a good rest of your week. What's guys, some of this? Good rest of your weekend, I meant to say. It applies either way. What's guy?